Hello, everybody. Good morning. There we go. Or good afternoon or good evening today. Appreciate you being here. Hello. Hi, Hazel. That's me. Depending on what time it is for you where you are. We're loading. This is empty. This is from yesterday. Hang on one second. We need chat. We need stream. We need activity feed. We should probably get the game and some sound. This is my tea from last night. Hello, everybody. Are Earth unlocked? I have no idea. If true, then embarrassing. But at the very least, we can still do at least the quest lines for them. I know I've done the campaign already, but there's a couple other quest lines that are required, and I wanted to see where I'm at and maybe poke around at them. So let's load this up. Get a little sound going on. What day is today? Is it Saturday? It's 9 a.m. I think it's Saturday. Saturday seems right. Yesterday was Friday, yeah, so that checks out. Here we go. Maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of these. Intro song tickles my brain. Hi, we're not sure what's going on with this right now. If we fluff it up enough, we can achieve Jimmy Neutron. Here she is, my level 80, War Within main in all of her glory. I thought I fixed her transmog. I must have put new things on her. Take a look at the outfit situation. I had a lovely marathon to 80, and then yesterday I had a lovely time just kind of poking around, catching some pets, doing some treasures, doing some world quests. And now I'm not. I mean, I guess I want to look at the Earth thing. I guess that's as good a goal as any. But I'm starting to feel a little bit like, oh man, there's a lot of stuff out there that I probably should have looked at by now. Not that there's any particular deadline or anything. Can we unlock? I will find out, because I thought so, but apparently I could be wrong. I have no idea. There is a achievement, Allied Races Earth, and this achievement here. Oh, you're right. Okay, so you need to do the War Within campaign, but more than we have right now. So I guess I should pick a new stream title. I mean, we can still work on this. There's a fishing event today. Just throwing that out there. What do you mean a fishing event today? I don't know anything about this. Also, I have game sound turned off, so that's part of why we can't hear anything. Let me get my desk sorted out a little bit. This tea is not doing me any good because there's no tea in it. Be right back. One sec. Hi, Hazel. Hello! Yeah, drops are on the 26th. They start on Monday. Hazel seems frazzled today and her hair shows it. Thank you. Hello there. Hello! Good morning or afternoon or evening. Oh, hi, kitty cat. Welcome up, welcome up. Yeah, so August the 26th, starting at 3 in the afternoon Pacific is when drops are going to start. 1 hour in Hallowfall is a zone quest. You get a buff for 1 hour to fish trophy fish. Oh. That was the other thing is that we didn't, Oh, I should come up with a new stream title so I'm not baiting people. What else do we got? Maybe not unlock Earth today. Maybe Earth and not available yet. What? Oh, hi, sweetie. Hi, kitty cat. What else do we got? What other words? Morning words. Saturday words. You did say maybe it's all good. I know, but it's giving hope where there is no hope. Getting increasingly tousled day after day should be a goal. I'm a little bit lost. We need a title. Oh no. You going fishing today? I also don't know. I'm 404ing a little bit. Let's see here. Showing a countdown to the expansion with a button to buy the epic edition. Very tempting. Send help. Oh, you just hold out for another couple days and it'll be here for everybody. Sitting back coffee. I had my coffee already. It's gone. The coffee's all gone. Maybe. Oh, okay. Field is required. Hi, kitty cat. I don't know. When can we finish the campaign and unlock Earthen? I don't know that either. Coming up on 48 hours early access. Was it worth it? It's kind of a personal assessment. It's worth it for me, but I'm allegedly a streamer. Kitty, what do we got? What do we got? What can we say here? Getting a little stuck. Okay, let's take off our chef hat. We look ridiculous. I did fix my mug a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's better than it looks like on the starting screen. One thing. I mean, I can still work on this achievement. We can have everything else done except for the campaign. So we didn't finish Morning Rise. We didn't finish Merrick's and Steel Vein. If I look up, I can probably grab them. I can probably grab starting points for those, just so that I can, because I know I was kind of sort of on them. One of them's in the Ringing Deeps, and one of them, two of them I think are up top. Starting with Before I Depart, ending with Weight of Duty. I also didn't really keep any, quests on me from when I was leveling, so if I did have any side quests that were partly done, then it would be different. I got an achievement, or a week order that was supposed to label the map, and I think it's done that, but I think it only works if I think it only works if you have your map in small version. I don't think they expected me to full screen it. 48 hours till I sink my teeth in? I might just play forever and ever. I wonder what the best way is for me to. I'm actually just gonna kill that weaker. I don't like it. it's not contextual enough. We're gonna turn it on and then we're just gonna. I thought it was a good idea. I saw a Wowhead headline. I got carried away. Let's get rid of that. We'll have to learn where things are the old-fashioned way. Oh, there it is. I need that one. Let's start over there. You need a coat and mittens. Oh, for Shadow Prescoper. Glad I could catch the stream. Welcome, North Paladin. Good morning. Yeah, Earthen, I guess, are not unlockable just yet. There's more campaign needed that is currently still time-locked. Is my new understanding of it as of 10 minutes ago. But you can do all the other side quest lines. So there's an achievement called Allied Races Earthen that wants you to do 3 separate quest lines as well as the campaign. So we can get it basically everything but campaign. Hope Monday? Yeah, I don't know exactly when we're gonna get more. Maybe Monday, maybe later. Who's to say? A lot of gold making on the auction house right now. Oh, I went too far. Morning. Good morning. How are things? Given how fast leveling campaign went, not terribly stressed out. That's good. I hope everybody's having a nice time. Did I? I did close the window. That's good. Working on the various Sojourner achievements. It's a good idea. I have been torn between wanting to finish those on my main versus using them as a blueprint for which side quest hubs to hit up while leveling alts. But I'm not like in a hurry to level alts, but I also don't know if I'm in a hurry to get the Sojourner achievements. Like it's the kind of thing that I want to do during the expansion, but I don't know if it needs to be right away. My main goal for streaming for the first 2 weeks was really just to kind of do whatever and have fun. And I don't know what's wrong with me that I can't, it's not, doing whatever is not fun for me right now. I feel like I need more direction and I'm unable to pick something and just commit to it. I don't like any of my ideas. But this is good. We'll get this done and sorted out. And then when they do release more campaign, we'll be ready to get Earthen pretty much straight away. I don't know what I want to make when it comes to Earthen. I do not know. Maybe something. Maybe I'll end up with like an Earthen tank. Maybe I'll have like an Earthen Prot Warrior or something. Already finished Pathfinder. Very nice. Like clear the map of quest markers. Yeah. Super, super nice. Do you want to know how many max level characters the Race to World First Guilds have already done? Nearly fell out of my chair. I'm sure it's a lot. I heard that spamming normal dungeons is an incredibly efficient way to level alts. And it may be your first character. I don't know. I didn't do any. I did one dungeon as required by the campaign when I was leveling my first character, and I didn't touch any dungeons outside of that until after. Oh. Okay, that was a quick one. That was pretty short. So I just need the Merrick's and Steel Vein. Starts in Dornegal, because we've done the Broken Tools in Ringing Deeps already. Starting with House Scandalous, which begins actually in the city itself. Somewhere. That's the one. Earth and Paladin map, pretty nice looking. I'm an alcoholic and I haven't touched an alt yet. They have 15 plus, as in each person has 15 plus of the same max level character. I guess that is kind of the flip side of making leveling faster and easier. I mean, they would have had lots anyways, but 15 is quite a few. It's that's been a race strategy for a while, is to have, like, basically be able to run the gearing process many times on different characters and then take whichever one gets lucky and gets, like, I don't know, splits and stuff. It's too many, put some back.
What is your command?
Oh, hey. Enchanting quest. I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna try not to get too disturbed here. It's gonna be really funny if this is like a 5-minute quest line. This was really the main thing that I had planned for today. Play probably whichever got the best vaults until raid started. Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of forgot about vault. I guess we don't have to worry about it for a little bit. Me and some buddies finally went, got Gloomhound and aerial unit while we wait for launch. Very nice, man. Congratulations. Haven't leveled 15 characters to max in my life. I've certainly never done it early in an expansion. And definitely not of like the same class and stuff. Maybe like at the end of an expansion after they've put in all the available catch-ups and stuff. I wonder how burned out they feel after having done that, because even with the faster leveling, that is an awful lot. That's an awful lot of desk time. I leveled one character and I was like, all right, I need a vacation. I need a vacation from my recreational video game. Also guess it opens up World to Race First Guilds to roll tunes on several servers. There we go. Crate smashed. Evidence gathered. You're working on any profession right now? I have 2 professions. I started leveling Enchanting a little bit just while I was leveling. I'm feeling a little bit... I don't know, like like I'm not cut out for this kind of game in terms of professions and gold making. Like I know I typically do well at some point, but I'm just feeling a little overwhelmed. Like I'm not even sure what I should be doing to get less overwhelmed with like any individual profession. I don't know. It's a bit much. Pitfall of zooming the leveling can lead to burnout from the extra stress. Too many things in the plate to worry about gold making just yet. Yeah, if gold making was like an important goal to me, it would be really key for me to be doing it now, because like time is really of the essence with that kind of thing. There are a lot of things that are really hot very early and they burn out quickly, but if you can make a bunch of gold off of them, then you have a bunch of gold. Flabby said he was up 7 million gold in just like the first day. He had a few things that he had prepped ahead of time, and he's got a couple of different strategies going on. He's very much in the game and like knows what's going on to a level that I can't really understand right now. But yeah, if it was important to me to make a lot of gold, there definitely would be time pressure. But I usually make gold for the purpose of having fun. Which means that I'm never going to have as much gold as the people that are really good at it, but it also means we don't have to do anything that doesn't feel super fun. So, we oh no. Report to the council ward. Completed. Council wards summits. Over here. Did you like the campaign, the lore? I can't say I paid that much attention. I enjoyed the voice acting from the kobold, our kobold friend. There we go. Interrupted. I'm not really much of a story player. It's incredible he does that and enjoys it. Would hate WoW if I had to play that way though. I want to buy a new fishing pole. Current prices are kind of crazy. Wait until next week and look again. Most efficient way for me to make gold is to go to work and buy it with tokens. I always wanted to get into WoW. Felt like it was too much. I'll be infinitely behind, not able to catch up. Is this true? I mean, the expansion isn't even properly out yet. We're just in early access. The actual release is on Monday. So I don't think that you would really be behind. It depends on kind of your standards for what you want, what is required for you to feel like you're caught up. Even people that have been playing the whole time might struggle with feelings like that. New to stream? Welcome. Right now you're not behind at all since everything's new. Yeah. Merrick's Council Warden's Rise. Something like that. At least we'll have this sorted out. Maybe I should pick something just like catching wild battle pets that I know how to do. Just stay in my lane. You know, get as many of those as we can. Make some progress in some sphere or another. Distribute smuggled goods. Okie dokie. I also had some notions about importing a dungeon spec for Shadow Priest and doing a couple of normal dungeons like we did for Holy, just to kind of get a very basic and elementary feel for what the spec looks like and what the buttons look like for Dungeon Shadow Priest for this expansion so far. So that I'm not trying to figure that out like ages later when everybody's already kind of on top of what it is that they're doing. Where are we going? Country supplies. How far in are you? Far into what? I'm level 80. I'm finished leveling, so that's something. There's a lot of different things that you can pursue at 80, and I'm kind of poking around and doing a little bit of a lot of things and not a lot of anything in particular. I think I really just need to like pick a thing and then I'll feel much better. But I feel like all the choices are the wrong choices. I'm suffering from some indecisiveness. 76, I think? Yeah, there could be some fishing. That is true. I did want to fish. But what if I do it wrong? What if we fail? What if it all goes wrong? Thoughts on the new theater? I haven't looked at it in the slightest. I haven't even been. Oh, I'm listening. Definitely. For sure listening. It's fun? Oh, good. Done all the Earthen quests besides the War Within campaign. Cannot figure out how to do it. Hope to watch you and find out. My understanding is that the campaign is time locked right now. I am currently stuck right here at 0 of 5, waiting for word from Illyria Windrunner. I don't think that's going to unlock until Blizzard decides that it does, and I don't know what date that is, but I think that this is the big time gate right now. I'm just cleaning up the rest of these objectives to make sure that I have the rest of it sorted out. This one seems to be just a lot of run around and talk to people. Fishing Derby in Hallowfall today. Do we know how often that fishing event is? And then follow-up question, do we know when it starts and how long it lasts for? The world is big, she's on foot. You'll hear from her eventually. Let's see. Do they want me to buy this? No.
You go wherever you please, don't you?
Where do you see him get the fishing quest? Also a good question. I don't know anything. Read something about a mount being tied to it somehow. No, I didn't get the discard pet either. I'm feeling a little bit like a disgrace to humanity. I bet we could come up with a list of about 150 things that I don't know about and haven't done yet. He's... Oh, I need to buy some Cinder Brew. Okie dokie. There we go. Brought to Valkyrie.
The coreway must be protected.
Don't think you need to know everything, doing just fine. Aw, shucks. Maybe in the next room? Nerdabelt, yeah, next door, okay. I've done the main quests. I've done some of the side quests. I haven't finished all of them. This is I guess a side quest chain. Right now. Feeling overwhelmed. I think it's a good thing that there's so many options for what to do and that it's not really the end of the world if you miss any of them. But the byproduct of that is that there's a lot of options of what to do and it's not immediately clear. At least it's not immediately clear to me what's really like vitally important for me to start with. Went around herbing and mining for an hour. Got half a level, around 40k gold. Holy smokes. Having a hard time deciding what I want for lunch, which is a problem because I'm hungry. Oh. I had a avocado and bagel with egg for breakfast, and then we got poke for dinner last night. That was really good. Gold seems good. Turn around and go get smooshed. For the achievement, all right. This is not an indicator of my well-being or health. We're just fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Did it. Ta-da! Enjoying not having 50 people on top of a quest giver. Took my in-laws to my favorite pho restaurant yesterday. There's a pet that can spawn on the, it seems like it can spawn on like the outer little lava grates around this thing, and I haven't noticed it yet. It's like a pet version of these magma shells. I'm trying to keep an eye out for it. Haven't come across it yet. I guess if it's in town, I'll come across it eventually. How close are we? We're on the quest called Opals and Runes. We're on 10 of 16. This is a really long quest line. I mean, a lot of them are just kind of go here and talk to this person, so it doesn't seem like it's going to take crazy long to go through, but... Are we allowed to buy that now? Yeah.
Back to work.
The edicts must be followed.
Did all the main ones up top? What is the purpose of the Sojourner achievements right now? I know ultimately it'll be nice to have them done for completion. You know, kind of like if there's a War Within meta achievement, it would be good. But for like right now, is it just to kind of feel like you're done? Just for the meta lore master? So just for achievements. It's not like it's unlocking anything needed. No pressure, but I need you to figure out what to focus on by Monday so I can copy what you're doing and act like I know what I'm doing. I just gotta find someone else to copy and we can just do it all the way down. If this expansion ever gets a hardcore server in like 20 years, I want to level to max only to have Deathlog say, I'm fine, before getting crushed by the press. I think I've run the wrong way. This way. Hi, kitty cat. Are you leaving? That would be pretty good. I mean, you could level to max in regular hardcore, and you could say that before you like jump off the elevator or like Thunder Bluff or something. There are plenty of ways to dramatically toss yourself to your death in your old character age. Aye. What? It's not the same. Oh. Ow. Is he supposed to win? Kitty, I think we need both hands. It just said to confront him. I think we need to use use our cooldowns. My character is not terribly powerful yet. I'm at a level 546. I do enjoy working on that a little bit, but the main way I was working on it was just kind of like normal dungeons and world quests. I wasn't doing anything really beyond that. I haven't done much with delves. I guess I'm not sure what it is that I want from them right now. What did you say to that dwarf? There's definitely more after this. Sedition. Speak to Merrick's at the Council Warden's Rise. Oh yeah, they have you. There's parts of this quest line where they don't give it to you directly where you are. You have to like go back to town and pick up the next part of it. How do you think the War Within zones compare to Dragonflight in terms of aesthetics? I think they look nice. I think Dragonflight had like incredibly beautiful zones. It's a different vibe. Besides the Maw Witch zone hasn't been. Yeah, exactly. Like their zones are always gorgeous and they always have like a fairly unique identity and feeling to them. Do not trust their lies. Okay. If you say so. Are you enjoying yourself so far? Yes. Yeah, we're having a good time. Haha. The point of delves is to push the tier levels, but since they're capped, you're limited. Yeah, there might be some like cosmetics we could work towards. Brand experience I could be getting. I don't know, maybe just familiarizing myself with the maps of the delves, because I did like one. I did more delves in beta than I've done on live so far. Really want to try them. A friend of mine came back to WoW. Been trying to help him get quality of life items. Have you ever made a video? Used a few like Alvin and Katie. I have not made that video. It's a good idea. I find it strange being underground so much, but I don't hate it. Feels different. I kind of forget that I'm underground. It's not something that I think about wildly often. What level are you? 80. Bran has, not exactly a renowned track, I don't think. Bran has levels. Can you get the Delve customizable mount yet? I do not know. I think Ring of Deeps is my least favorite. 2-0 like Haverny. It actually has been jumping up my mental rankings. Could have been Bran loyalty. I don't get it. Is it a cereal joke? We're not together enough. This quest is not actually required. The only cereal joke I could think of is if we gave him raisins and we're like, hey, what do you think you are? And he's like, what? And we're like, Raisin Bran. That's it. That's the extent of it. Congrats on 80. Why, thank you. Hallowfall gives me a bit of BFA vibes. Not sure why. Oh, like brand loyalty. That makes more sense than the cereal thing. Floyd here now. Hello, welcome. I saw an NPC that had a name almost exactly like yours, and it made me go, that name is almost exactly like your cheese name. I don't remember who or what the name was, but there was some quest giver, somebody going on somewhere in the War Within that's like one letter off. It's real close. There is a Raisin Bran achievement. Is there really? I'm looking. Raisin Bran. Oh my god, it's true. Revive Bran Bronzebeard after he's fallen unconscious. they're going in hard. They also have on brand getting all the curios for him. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad someone else somewhere has the same brain cell as me. Yeah, I'm still using CurseForge for add-ons. They finally honored you with an NPC. Let's see. 2 more posters. I think it's time to rotate them out. I've been enjoying the Enmire Flyer, but it's feeling a little... I think we need to pull out a Griffin. I think it's time to let one of our Griffins join the party. Murmuring Peacekeepers. Wow, people really don't like being dispersed. Getting all the glyphs gives him out. That might be a good project. That might be something I can actually do. And then I'd have a new mount to ride. Although I am kind of curious. So the mount for the glyphs, it's the Swarmite Sky Hunter. And in my journal right now, it looks like one of these cute little bugs. I'm gonna just for a second turn off Arachnophobia filter because I'm curious if it's getting filtered or not. It is getting filtered. Oh, that's cool. I thought there were way too many of those little water bugs. That's why. It's the Arachnophobia filter. I gotcha. Okay. Drops are enabled, but they don't start until Monday. My plan for Monday, normally I don't stream Monday, Tuesdays, but I am going to this week. I'm going to do an afternoon stream on Monday, not as long as our, the one that we did last time. I'm probably going to stream for about 3 hours, 3 to maybe 6-ish on Monday. And then we'll do something fun for Tuesday too. Just because that's going to be the start of the drops. That's going to be the start of the support a streamer. And we'll have to find something fun, energetic to do. But yeah, I'll start around 3 p.m. Pacific because that's when the drops will start. Not 10 hours. No, I have a class. I have an evening class. So I cannot stay. Even if I'm having a wonderful time and I want to. I have something I need to, or I want to go to. Is there a way to change shadow form without changing void form? Not as far as I know. I think you're either glyphed or you're not glyphed.
You address the Council Ward of Dornigal.
Why is your Arachnophobia filter on? Just in case anybody watching me prefers to have the monsters filtered. I don't have arachnophobia, but somebody in the audience might. Yoga class. Consider taking tomorrow off to recharge a bit. That's a lot of streaming. Maybe, but tomorrow's also Sunday. It's a weekend. It's hard. I made up my schedule. I filled out like my whiteboard wall. And I feel like I'm simultaneously trying to do way more than I can and also not nearly enough. There's a lot of things that I would like to do on top of it because I feel like I should have. I don't know. It's kind of a struggle right now. I need a whiteboard wall. I bought like this sort of like whiteboard sort of laminated plastic like calendar, and you fill in like the numbers and you put stuff in, and it's great because I made it for August and September because the window that I really was interested in was kind of like August 22nd through September 10th, so I was able to kind of make like a hybrid half and half month calendar. But the problem is that it's a real pain in the patootie to erase. It doesn't like erasing as well as like the actual whiteboard. I think I need to reload. Getting some use. Don't know if that's true at all. It's getting a little more use. Beware of the should. Just take care of yourself first. Whiteboards are amazing. It's just tough because, like, yes, I need to take care of myself first, but if there's any way that we can do it's like it's such a seasonal job. It's like you train. I don't know. You have like one big week in 2 years, and if you whiff it. It would be like being a salesperson that decides that they're going to take a mental health day on Black Friday. Like, it's kind of a seasonal opportunity. And yes, you can skip it, and yes, you'll be fine. But it could be a pretty serious impact on your goals and stuff. Got the sapphire crab this morning. Congratulations. Eternal struggle between whiteboards and blackboards. Is it though? Unless there's, like, black versions of whiteboards that you write on with, like, light-colored markers. Chalkboards make chalk dust. Whenever there's, like... The last time I was around chalkboards often, not only do they have awful sounds, they're so messy. Yeah, they screech. I feel like they are just a net down. Like, I understand that whiteboard markers stink and that some people might be, like, really sensitive to them, and that could be a big problem, but they don't really bother me that much. Especially not like the new ones that are like small. We have seasons at work too. Crashed and burned from intense periods. Going too hard. Hi Hazel, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Yeah, just even thinking about chalkboard sounds has made me like, my teeth are feeling like they're on fire. I don't just, I've always felt in my gums. Interfake mom is showing. Oh. Hi kitty cat. How you doing, boo? Bad business. Okay, this is actually the last. This is actually the last quest here. We'll go down the coreway. It's a fun little thing. Don't be sniffing the markers. Did you have to clean the blackboard erasers in your one-room Canadian schoolhouse? I actually, first of all, how dare you? We had at least like, it was a regular school. It just wasn't that big. It had more than one room. I don't remember if they had the kids clap them out or not. Like, I have this idea that there was an assignment and that you had your day to, like, go dust off the markers outside. But I think I probably read that in, like, a book somewhere. I don't think that actually happened. I think maybe you could volunteer to do it if you wanted to get some goody two-shoes points. And, like, have a job to do to disguise the fact that you didn't have any friends to hang out with during recess. But, like, I don't know if there was actually, like, a rotation. Oh, I thought it was a halibut for a sec. That would have been fun. Oh. Alchemy treasure. Forgot about chalkboards. Overheads were common for uni classes for me. We had a bunch of those in high school. The overhead projectors were very, very common. It was always funny when you would get a substitute teacher that, like, couldn't compute how to use it because things would be, like, upside down or, like, upside down in the other way, or they just couldn't get the thing on. I felt bad. It's not like I knew what to do. They would be like asking the students, can any of you help with us? And we'd be like, first of all, no. And second of all, I bet you if somebody did know how to help you, they wouldn't, because the longer you struggle with this, the less work we have to do. Enjoyed washing the blackboard sponge out thoroughly, getting the board completely clean, without white residue. Maybe that should have told me something back then. I mean, that just sounds like nice little attention to detail. Do you feel like the stereotype of Germans being neat and orderly takes away from any actual effort that you put in to be neat and orderly? Do you feel like you don't get credit for going above and beyond because people go, oh, you're just German? Because that would upset me a lot. I would hate that if that happened to me. Helpful people are punished with more work. Is this the last quest? There we go. So I am now as unlocked as I can be for Allied Races Earthen. You don't get that. Oh, that's good then. Or you didn't until just now. Why do you think they changed the option for when you're mounted? Land begin casting. Why do you think they changed the option for when you are mounted? And you land and begin casting. Is there an option I'm not aware of? I don't know if I know quite what you're after. I think I'm just missing something. The school movie projectors were great. Only one guy in the entire school could thread the film. I like tea and I'm English, so I don't like tea because I like it. I like it because I'm English. Yeah. There's not that many stereotypes about Canadians aside from being apologetic, which is just true. With me anyways. But when I was younger, when I was like a teenager and a young adult, I would resent any stereotypes anybody would have about me for any reason, and I would go out of my way to prove them wrong, even if they were like good stereotypes, you know, like I would be like, no, you don't know me, and then I would be just easily influenced in the opposite direction. Do I need any of these pets? Any battle pets? I think I want to switch my pet cap team to have, instead of Icky, a different flying pet that just has, like, kind of a high attack. Sure, yeah, like the albino Duskwatcher. A high attack and then just, like, single hit moves. So that I'm not so worried about, so that I'm not so worried about killing things with, the reason these two pets are behind my pet capture pet is so that they can just kind of clean up the backline pets, but sometimes you need to clean up the frontline pets without going too far. So I think we'll try this. Come on now, we all live in igloos. I'm saying sorry for saying sorry. Yeah, me too. I have to stop myself in some situations from apologizing when it is not helpful or useful, but then I don't have anything else to say instead, so I end up just I don't have anything else to say instead, so I end up just saying nothing and just awkwardly staring until people finish talking. The apologetic stereotype drops off notably here in Quebec. Canadian stereotypes: apologetic, loves maple syrup, speaks French, wears red jackets. What? That's new to me. What do you mean they wear red jackets? Hang on, I'm Googling. Do you mean flannel? Red Canadian jacket. Oh, the Mounties. Oh, I see. I thought we just meant like raincoats, like they're all red for some reason. Maple syrup, delicious. I always used to say I'm a bad Canadian because I'm too cheap to buy good maple syrup. I do have some good maple syrup, but it was a gift. Most prominent Canadian stereotypes are 1, sorry, 2, hockey, and 3, a boot. Hockey's pretty popular. I found it was too violent for me. There's this idea that any pro hockey player that has been in the game for a long time does not have like a wild amount of their teeth left. I don't really know how that happens either, because like they wear helmets and they also wear mouth guards. I guess I haven't watched enough hockey. I don't know if they're just like jamming their sticks in each other's mouths and going, you don't need these. Get them out of here. Do not like how brutal hockey is. And I wouldn't change it because it seems that a lot of people that enjoy hockey specifically enjoy that aspect of it, and I'm not in a position to tell them what they should and shouldn't like when I'm not even watching it. But yeah, it never wildly clicked with me. Like the way the bugs are cascading over those steps. Maybe they localized Curious George in Canada by calling him oh the man in the red jacket. He was yellow. It was yellow though, wasn't it? Wasn't Curious George's dad? He had a yellow jacket. Hockey starts soon. Hitting people with a stick is against the rules, more so than punching people. Oh dear. Okay, so I caught a pet. That's good. We finished the Earth and Unlocks. That's also good. There's new pet. There's new quests. Oh, I could get 571. Oh, I'm wearing 571 shoulders. There's like a whole new batch of world quests, at least for these zones. I don't have any world quests in Ashkahead. I wonder if I just haven't done enough side quests there, or if there aren't world quests there, or what the deal is. But I haven't seen a single world quest up in that zone. Ooh, need that. Oh, that's important. Let's go do that. My gloves suck. I've got my old dragonfly gloves on still. Let's, what is it, in Hallowfall? Told that European hockey involves less fighting. Weirdly, even though I'm not into hockey. Always seemed wrong to me. Yeah, hockey does have a lot of fist fights in it, as far as I understand. I haven't seen a ton of it. Maybe puck to the mouth, but they have like helmets with like grates on them, or maybe that's just the goalie. I don't know. So we need to fill a bar. That'll do. I also kind of want to eat more food. I haven't really looked into. Maybe I should work on cooking. I did a tiny bit of cooking. My bags are filled with a bunch of... I should probably look through this and make sure that any Dragonflight reagents... I'm pretty sure I have a couple... Yeah, Dragon Isles. I accidentally disenchanted some Dragon Isles mats. I should just vendor those. I don't, you know, get them out of here. I don't want them. Kind of thing. Now in the US, the Find the Guy drawings are Where's Waldo? And the UK, it's Where's Wally? That's a lot of bucks. Oh man, I have a story about a spider. A more recent one than the shower spider. I guess it's spider season or something, I don't know. Oh, I thought it was just in the front of my camera, but no, there's something going on. Okay. So I was getting some moosey time in. I was hanging out in the living room with my partner and our dog. And Moose was just kind of moseying around and doing his thing. And he trots over to his bed and plops down, and he's got like a funny look on his face. And my partner's like, does he have something? Because he's kind of like moving his mouth a little bit. And I'm like, I don't know. Moosey, can you drop it? And he opens his mouth, and a huge spider. He spits out a huge spider. Okay, not this big. We're being crazy. But like, for here, loony size, toony size. I guess that only helps Canadians. Anyways, he had caught a spider, carried it in his mouth. When he spit it out, it was alive, by the way. It starts crawling away. And we go, oh no. And I look at it, and it's like too big for me to just like confidently and bravely like smack it with a slipper or something. Like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And in that interim time, he picks it back up again. And I'm like, oh dear God. I don't know what to do. This is so gross. So my partner like gets like a paper towel or something and comes back and is like, Moosey, can you drop it? And then Moose obligingly spits out half a spider, which we then disposed of, and then Googled to see if it was dangerous for him to eat spiders. Apparently his tummy acid's gonna deal with it, so it doesn't seem to be a problem. But like, no Moosey kisses last night. I'm burning down the house if I see that. Yeah, no, that spider doesn't go anywhere anymore. This is kind of like, why didn't you make me drop that? I was gonna eat that. Like, he ate half of it. I know he hunts bugs because like when we go out to take him out for bathroom break at the end of the night, we'll be walking in the dark and he'll like stop and like hunt bugs and moths and like anything that he can find. Like he'll listen for them and he'll get very still and he'll like pounce on them and stuff and he'll try to boop stuff with his nose. And maybe he's been successful more times than I realized because he apparently has a taste for them. Story'd be a lot more cute if it was a crab. One of those camel spiders, giant ones in Australia. Yeah, no, it wasn't that big, but it was big enough for me to be temporarily paralyzed with indecision. It's like, Miss, don't eat that, but also, I don't have any better ideas. So, my dog, for better or for worse, hunts spiders. Do you have fireflies in Canada? I've never seen one, but that doesn't mean we don't have them. Are there fireflies in, let's say on Vancouver Island, because let's be real, that's the only place I ever go. They can be found over the Pacific Northwest. Oh, that's a firefly beetle. They don't produce light. Fireflies facing threat from climate change. I've never seen one. There are some in BC, but they don't seem to be too common here. I am friend to the spiders. Always relocate inside spiders to the porch. Aww. I will do that if they're within a certain size range. Sometimes if they're too big, we panic. And if they're too big, then we panic in the opposite direction. And then I just leave them alone and I pretend that I didn't see them and we go our separate ways. Should I do this? Will it help me? I don't know. Every time I've seen these, I've been kind of confused about the timer on them, and I've been kind of intimidated to go poke around with it, but I guess we can go take a little look. Maybe at the bug zoo. Do you guys call it Pacific Southwest? I've never heard of the Pacific Southwest. I think we just say California. I do have drops enabled. They start on Monday. If I can pick up a spider and a regular glass and paper, it's fine. If I need a bucket, not so much. Spider heading inside. I've heard the geese starting to fly low again. I don't know if they're coming or going or what, but they're I've seen geese again. Once a wolf spider so big as it trotted across the kitchen floor, I could hear it. Oh no. Absolutely not. No, you're totally fine. There's times and details on that page there. Yeah, I'm not very good at end game rank mobs. I'm at level 549 now. That's a little better. Also, perhaps I should grab a Shadow Priest build. I'm still using the starter build. I guess it's time to move house. Do you think there's any benefit to doing main story and side quests in one character? Safe to spread everything out over multiple characters. My plan is to spread things out. I think that that's a perfectly valid strategy. You're going to get the same amount of rep for your warband. You're going to get the same amount of achievement progress because those Sojourner achievements seem to be shared as long as you're completing a quest line on a given character. Wowhead Shadow Priest. War Within talent builds. They have a different... Oh, they're all Archon. Really? What? That Void Weaver is so fun. I wonder if it's a tuning thing. That's crazy. Wowhead has 4 builds. Single target, raid single target, mythic plus or council fight, delves, and open world, and they're all Archon. Let's get this open world build going. Used to get many scorpions inside. They turned into a collection in a glass jar with oil. Oh. Oh. I've only ever seen scorpions at, like, the zoo. There is a little bug. There's bugs! Or is it mist or something? I didn't realize that the background of the talent screen was animated. There's, like... I thought there's actually bugs on my monitor. There's, like, little bits that are moving. Level 78.9. Oh, you're almost there. Nice. And then we'll get a dungeon build. seems pretty similar. I guess I'll take a Delves build too. Why not? Delves? I guess? I don't really know. They don't look all that different if we're being honest. Let's go back into the questing set. Where's raid single target? That one must be different. Yeah, that one actually changes a couple talents. Got into the ringing deeps after completing all the quests I can find. How is you? Hello. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to Zone 2. Okay. I can honestly say I've never been bitten by a spider in my life. Whenever I have like a mysterious bug bite that I can't identify, I usually just blame spiders, even if it's entirely possible they had nothing to do with it. Because I can identify like a mosquito bite, typically.
Waterways have always been dangerous in Hallowfall. Fierce predators of the undersea.
I think I need more gear before I do any of this. I can identify a mosquito bite. So if it's not a mosquito bite, but there's like definitely a bug bite going on, that's when the spiders start to take the fall. Croit. Yeah, I think he's got 14 mil health. I have 3 mil health. How much health do you have? 1 mil health? Oh, maybe I can solo him. Well, varies that get harder based on their boss encounters and mechanics, not as much as the instances themselves. Okay, 80 on 5 characters for the 25% bonus now to play the game. I want to try this rare. Black ants can bite. Yeah, I bet there's lots of stuff that I haven't even thought ever heard of that could be behind it as well. I just don't really want to think about all the bugs that I don't know are happening. Oh, he's not even hostile. Why not? I heard there's a farm system in Hallowfall. I think it's tied to herbalism. I haven't leveled an herbalist. I haven't actually seen it. Is he mad yet? I wonder if you just like keep doing this if eventually he becomes hostile. Could be fleas. Pretty bad this year, I hear. You have to lure him with fish. Oh. Maybe you should try talking to it. It'll turn hostile then, judging by today. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should go do the race. At least that I feel like I can figure out. We could work on the glyphs, the glyph hunting actually. That might be kind of fun. We have Pathfinder done, so we can always, if the glyphs are like too high up, we can just switch our flight style and levitate on up to wherever it is that we're going. I want to look at riding quests actually. Sky riding. So those are like the Waking Shores, Emerald Dream. Oh no, there are achievements for all these. I just don't know if I don't know if there's anything that you get for doing the new racing achievements.
It has been so long.
When I get the Glyph Hunter mount, I'm gonna want to use it without the Arachnophobia filter, but so there's no new mount abilities. The glyphs are for an achievement that gives a mount as far as I understand. Oh, speaking of glyphs, I hope I got that one. I think I might have bypassed it without actually getting it. Just died for the first time. What gotcha? My first one was just too many mobs. Kind of like hunting the glyphs. Yeah. Kobold mobs. A friend of mine's been prioritizing the races over leveling because she enjoys it so much. I think it's cute. I'm still a little bitter that these don't pay as well as they used to, but they pay something and I'm broke, so. let's look at, actually, yeah, here. Park you down. Let's look at the Glyph Hunter achievement, shall we? That sounds kind of fun. Would be under what? Exploration, War Within, Kazalgar, Glyph Hunter. So, Isle of Dorn, Glyph Hunter, etc., etc., etc. Should we start up top? Seems reasonable. I think my handy notes marks the glyphs as well, so if I go into my handy note settings and I blow those up, it'll make them easier to find. And then if we run out of stuff to do, we can always just go fishing. Handy notes. Glyphs. Profession knowledge. Oh, those are profession treasures. Okay. Races. I'm going to turn the races off. Oh, those are glyphs. I thought those were... Oh, okay. So those are rares, right. So I'm going to turn off rares and treasures. I thought they were rares. And Lore Hunter for now. I wonder what Lore Hunter gets you. Yeah. Okay. I know where we're going. Admire people who level fishing. Never been able to do it. Okay, I don't even think I need to blow those up. Those are pretty big. Let's get a different mount. Royal Sea Feather? Help, I don't know what mount to ride. I want to ride something cute. Ooh, I need a bee. Where's my honeyback harvester? Oh. How do I get the soaring meter bee? How do I get 900 sizzling cinder pollen? Not me getting distracted. Do I have any sizzling cinder pollen? They bind a warband. I have none. They're dropped by stuff. Drops from elites near the meadery. Okay. Drops from elites near the meadery. Okay. Maybe I worry about that after my character's like a little stronger. Because I could use a newbie. Level fishing at the Dark Moon Fair. Have you seen the mount that comes from the Fishing Derby? I have not. Maybe after the glyphs, we can read the Wowhead guide for War Within Fishing and maybe get a little caught up. I saw like a screenshot of the leek weapon model, like the vegetable, and I thought that was very cute and that I wanted it. But I don't know any more details beyond that. So maybe if we like sit down and read the guide, I'll feel a little bit more caught up. All right, over to this one. Yeah, handy notes with the War Within plugin installed. Marking glyphs and rares and treasures and stuff. Died by not being careful enough going after rares. Most of them are scaled. Some are 80. About 75 at the time. I had a couple of panic and flee moments. Dispersion and run away. No idea. You can switch off what it shows you. Yeah, it's nice to kind of filter it a little bit to narrow your scope sometimes. Oh, 782 gold for the catalog's disc. Don't mind if I do. 782 gold I could keep. I've got 17k right now. I feel like I should either keep all my gold in my warbank or hold it on my main and just use my warbank as like an easier way of, or I guess another way of sending gold to my main. Here's one. I think the onion mount was late. Yeah, I was happy to see some of the Expedition World Quest types repeated. World Quests in general seem less annoying. They're not quite BFA levels of convenient because, you know, nothing is. But they seem to have really lightened up a bit on how much they expect you to do and how long they expect them to take. I like the one where you fly around the pipes in the Ringing Deeps and you patch up the holes just by flying by them. It's very fun. Hi, kitty cat. That looks like a big deal. Light up! You won't! There we go. Wow, I really thought that was going to give me more credit. I know that we had like the legendary achievements for these in Dragonflight. Wonder if there's going to be anything like that. Uh-oh. Am I going to have to go around again? I might have to go around again. That's so embarrassing. I used to have to do that all the time for the balloon one in Theldraszus. I'd have to double lap. Oh, there's another one of these guys. There we go. Okay.
Look at these pictures.
Wouldn't mind a bit more world quest. Great so far. Oh, there's mossy snails up here. I don't have a mossy snail. I need a mossy snail. I bet we could just one-shot this down to a catchable level. Yeah. Do 3 normal world quests, then 4 hours to do the big one? Huh. I think I've seen that. But I didn't know it was because I had done 3 of the regular world quests. I had just done those because I had wanted to in the first place. I'll have to check out the feast, or the feast. I guess I'm just gonna call it the feast. I'm gonna have to check that out at some point. The show. I think I was a bit frightened when I first saw it because I never like really figured out what was going on at the Ardenweald play. And when they said it was a theater thing, I figured I was also going to not understand. Okay. 1 mossy snail for me. And then glyph-wise, we've got 1 more die of the village. There's also another pet battle over there. We can get a strat set up for it. Yeah, maybe a little skywriting quest. No rewards from it right now? Nothing at all? Not until after early access is over. I might do it anyway just to like see what it feels like. I'd like to try this quest.
Continue to serve.
There's a weekly chest and then a quality chest, like soup. The arts are their own reward. It's about the moment. Cute little cat. Oh well.
Nicely done. You and your Drake are exceptional.
I think we're almost done. Whoa. Treasure's out on. Not gonna worry about it. Part of me wants to just knock out as many of the treasures, the zone treasures, as possible, just to make them go away off my map. Because some expansions, I'll spend the entire expansion, like I'll walk by a treasure, and if I can't just walk up to it and loot it, I'll be like, well, later me problem, and then I'll never do it. There was that one, like the merchant's chest in BFA, out kind of near where the witchy dungeon was. And you needed a key for it, and I literally like procrastinated figuring out what was going on with that for like 2 expansions. And every time I went by it, I would like go and try and loot it and then be like, oh no, oops, can't loot that. Need a key. Wonder where from. Just never took the time to Google it. Love your videos. Hope you're doing or hope you're enjoying early access. Well, thank you. It's fun. It's good. I feel like I need this chance to get, or I need it's good for me to have the time to kind of get my bearings a little bit. I have a tendency to panic early on. I just need to remember that there's no huge rush. Is early access worth it? Depends on how badly you want to be playing now versus how badly you like your money and whether or not you have anything else to do. I certainly don't think that in the long term there's going to be like a huge split of people that did early access versus not. It is definitely a head start in terms of a few things, professions in particular, but it's not impossible to play and to enjoy the expansion if you start on the start date. I think the really smart people have just kind of like saved their money and then like touched grass this weekend, just kind of done something else and not worried about it and like logged off, and they're not watching stream. They're not reading the tweets or anything. They're just going to kind of wait and do it properly on Monday. I drive with the mouse during dragon races. I do just right mouse button steering. So this quest is called Rock Collector. Let's grab ourselves a nice little strat here. War Within World Quests. Unborn Valkyr. Wow. Okay.
A new experience.
We are watching a stream. I guess if you wanted to avoid spoilers, the smart thing to do is to log off. Great exercise and restraint. I think like it's 4 days, and I think it's going to be over before you know it. Especially if you're on the fence now, I would not spend the extra money to get in now versus Monday. I would take a couple extra days to go enjoy the outdoors a little bit, maybe. Go for a hike or something. Recharge your brain before you before you go in. Only 2 days left at this point. Halfway over now. Yeah, my main advantage, just like Saga's saying, is just time to kind of get to know my way around a little bit. I'm not going to be at a huge advantage in terms of like gear or gold or professions or anything. I'm just a little extra time to get my bearings. Get my pet battle strategies all set up and couple of early achievements done. Not that they need to be done now, but just, have them off the list. We have done Isle of Dorn Glyph Hunter. That's nice. Time for the Ringing Deeps. Am I happy with the quests that I've done here? Yeah, we're basically done with World Quest in this one. Spell tome time. Why do you have a bear? And why does it need rings? Listen, it wants to be cool for its friends at school. Trying to sneak in engineering Mount Seal before release. Spending my game time in other games until release day. If there's one expression that's overused and needs to die, it's touch grass. We had a conversation about this like a week or two ago, where I am too sheltered to have really understood that it has like an insulting overtone. I just thought it sounded like a nice idea. I enjoy touching grass. I find it's good for me. I think it would be good for lots of people, but Apparently it's a bit of an insult. Ian gave an interview. Killed the Drac through Dread Dream. Do you accept mount requests? Mount requests? Oh, you want me to see me ride a different mount? Yeah, what do you got? Happy we're within early access weekend. Happy early access weekend, Whittly Wee. Extra strong earplugs. Lucid Nightmare. Alright. The mosquitoes would love to see me touch grass. Okay. Don't mind it when you say it, because I know you mean it literally. No one can be in grass. Bees. Oh man, we had a wasp somehow sneak inside. I think it hitched a ride on like the grocery bins. I don't know. But anyway, we were sitting down having lunch, and my partner all of a sudden like brushes something off of his calf with his foot, and it goes to the carpet, and I'm like, what is that? And it's like alive. It's like a big bug, and I'm like, is that a giant ant? And he says nothing, and then like gets up and gets like a paper towel or something, and it's like, that was a yellow jacket. Just crawling up his leg inside the house. Horrifying. Bad week for bugs. Bad week for bug stories. I'm going this way. Murder hornet. Yeah, no. I applauded his restraint for not screeching. I would have been distraught. I was already kind of distraught just for having been like 4 feet away from it. And I didn't even really get a good look. He asked me if I wanted to see, and I said, no, I don't want to look. I don't want to see. I'm trying to go to the Ringing Deeps. I'm getting the thing confused with the delves. Great way to discourage anyone from wanting to visit you between the half-eaten spiders and the yellow jackets. Oh man, I can't believe he actually caught a spider and carried a live spider in his mouth and then just took it to his bed and went, "Bleh." Huh. Like, he was having a great time. He was so happy with the whole thing. That was a happy puppy for the entire time, but not such a happy spider. If he'd saved the spider, would have dealt with the yellow jacket. Entirely possible. Entirely possible. Okay. So I'm here for Glyph Hunter. I'm here for Ringing Deep's Glyph Hunter. I'm also kind of here for World Quests. I haven't really gotten to grips with all of these different events and stuff. I don't really want to. So there's definitely like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one up north. Let's do the south ones first. Last cup of coffee included a moth? This happened months ago. I'm still scarred. No. Voidweaver Archon, what was your reasoning? I had picked Voidweaver because I thought it was more fun and I liked the visuals, but I've just now today imported a few Wowhead builds and they all featured Archon. So I guess I'm Archon now because I'm nothing if not a big ol' sheep. When Wowhead tells me to take a build, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Do not seem to find cloth this expansion. Cloth will not drop for non-tailors anymore. At least in this expansion. Kazlogar cloth will only drop for Kazlogar tailors.
Clear out those garden and recover what you can.
Get your sheep pet out. Sheepy. The sheep are so cute. Okay. Oh, I didn't even get a flight path from down here. I'm still missing the opportunity point. Only 75. Thinking about going Archon. Might not be as visually pleasing as Voidweaver. It's certainly more user-friendly. From what I understand from playing Holy and Shadow Archon in beta is that you press your Halo and then you go, wowie, look at me, I did it. Congratulations to me. Alright. Oh, there's a thingy over there. No wonder my 2x4 alt cloth farm isn't working. But I'm upset because I really was very excited about moving during Void Torrent. And I guess I'm gonna have to let that go for the moment. Yeah, I've got profession knowledge that I could get to, but I'm gonna save that for when I'm ready to like really think about professions. The Void Sphere is beautiful. It is gorgeous, isn't it? Speaking of professions, I'm pretty sure I have some talent, some points that I haven't spent because I haven't even decided which enchanting spec to unlock. We only just got, I'm at 28. We just got enough points to unlock one of them. This is learning to shatter essences, improves efficiency of concentration and ingenuity, improves your multi-craft yield. We like that. This is the designated disenchanter. That has my name written all over it. That's like my role in the guild. Master your disenchanting capabilities, increases the quality, increase the quantity. I might do that first. It sucks to dunk points into it, but especially if I'm not really going to be working too hard, it doesn't hurt me to just kind of go for it. Heading off. Have a good rest of your stream. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. This one improves quality of your permanent enchantments. You learn new formulas, reduces concentration, temporary illusions, equipment, reagents, and mana oils. So it seems like this is the one that's going to be for like making enchants, which seems good. Oh, you can view them before you unlock them. Okay. I do know in Dragonflight, the disenchanting tree was like a huge letdown. Like you thought it was going to be really good, and then it was like kind of only okay. This gives you quality of reagents, 1 skill per point, extra skill when disenchanting items, speculation in the next class. I'm not expecting to see anything this expansion. I don't know what they would add. It's just skill when disenchanting stuff, really. Where is this one? If we view that. Profession tool enchants, weapon enchants, radiance, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, I don't know. Too much pressure, can't choose. What is that? An achievement. Achievements. Not too worried about it. We're doing glyphs right now. One thing at a time. Yeah, I think archaeology is permadead. If they were gonna bring it back as a profession in its current form, they would have done it during... They would have done it by now. They would have done it during the last patch of Dragonflight when they did the Azerothian archives. That was their moment. I think that was them saying they're evolving the concept of archaeology and giving up on the hot and cold game.
And we can see how your skills are coming along.
2 farmer roles with tailoring and enchanting in addition to the main. Nice. What's your favorite thing so far? My sheepy. I love my sheepy. It's my moss wool pet that we tamed. We leveled her up to 25 and we upgraded her to rare. And she's on my bar right here. It's my shale moss wool. It's not... There's more moss wools, but that's the one we got first. That said, I liked archaeology. I liked archaeology too. I love a good mindless grind. And archaeology was like a great middle ground where it was a little more involved than fishing. But it had the same kind of click this button energy. Plus you could feel a sense of mastery once you got really used to the spawn points in each of the things. I wonder if nowadays, if add-ons would trivialize it, if they would find a way to like cheat, basically. I think it was fun. I like collecting. How important is it to finish the main quest line? The main campaign does unlock things like world quests. I would focus on doing the main campaign as noted at the top of your quest log at least once, because that does unlock major features like world quests and being able to level zones in any order and eventually earthen. I would do that at least once. It doesn't take a crazy amount of time. It's not the most onerous thing that they've ever done. Do I have major malfunction? Do I have a team for this yet? Nope, no team for it yet. I could have sworn I imported this though. Maybe it was Bone Shard for a different team. I also don't know what level Earthens start at. Might be 10. Allied race, level 10. If you don't do it in one sitting, yeah. I did a lot of side quests as well. I would say, what, the main campaign might be like, at least what's available so far, 4 hours? Like an hour per zone-ish? Depending on how fast-paced you are. I swear I tried this already and I wasn't having any luck. But it must be working. Let's see. I'm having fun just getting a little team set up for all the pet battle dailies. It's kind of nice having like a fresh income of pet charms. Because I know there's going to be a ton of new pets that I'm going to want to level. And it's nice to be able to just buy level stones with polished pet charms. You have to buy threads to make basic cloth bolts. Oh, interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. That would have surprised me too. The power of friendship. I don't need 571 shoulders. Maybe I should just do it for the rep, but I don't need it. I wonder what the item level cap is for World Quest gear. If 571's as high as it goes, or if I get my overall item level up, if that will tick up again. Been seeing speculation on who the end boss of the War Within is. Best guess is Corrupted Khadgar. Corrupted Khadgar. Didn't they? I saw a Wowhead headline that I didn't fully read the article for. That was saying... Did I not get the flight path? I did not get the flight path. It was saying, Oh, I must have it.
Start talking.
The Wisdom Ball has changed. I am using handy notes for treasures and rares. That's how I'm finding the glyphs on my map. Dragon glyphs. There was is there a flight path achievement? I haven't seen it yet. Should work on that too. I wonder what you get for it. Oh, his name is Friend Haver. Illyria's my guess. Yeah, I can see it. Wondrous Wisdom Ball is non-responsive. Aww. Also, I worked really hard for it. What do you mean non-responsive? What if I have questions? You expect the imp in a ball to be able to give me advice? What do the glyphs do? It's for an achievement. There's a mount that you can get for getting all of them. Pretty cool mount. Whitley Wee, thank you for the 10-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Handy Notes doesn't show me the glyphs. In your map, double check your War Within Treasures and Rares. First of all, if you don't see that, you might need to install Handy Notes War Within Treasures and Rares. And then check out down here. You would need glyphs as well as Glyph Hunter probably checked here to make sure that you're showing the points in your map. Flight Master achievement gives 25% increased flight path travel speed. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. All right, we'll track that too. Apparently, I did not get very many flight paths in Hallowfall. Holy smokes. I'm missing 3 in Ashkahet. And I only got 1 flight path in all of Hallowfall while I was leveling. Every other one I'm missing. Oops. Yeah, I haven't used a flight path yet, which is maybe why I haven't been super keen on getting them, but I do tend to use them during an expansion. So we'll want to make sure we get on that. Time to make you my streamer of the month. Me? Thanks for 10 months. Actually, 5 years. All the fun. Aw. Oh, shucks. Stop. Alright, this is our last one for this zone. Hello? Skystead did FTW with a brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Guess I got only the handy notes. Yeah, you gotta get the second module. It is tricky. I mean, it's not tricky to install, but it is tricky to know that you need more than just the one add-on. There's not many add-ons that work like that. DBM is the main other one I can think of. And even that, maybe you don't need to worry about it for, like, current content. I call the Prime sub my streamer of the month because you can only give it to one streamer at a time. Okay. So in Hallowfall, I certainly need flight paths. We also do need a decent chunk of glyphs, so let's do a little tour.
Sacred flame guide your way, friend.
I feel like I should be looking for profession treasures in the meantime, but I don't know. I haven't even decided what to spend the points on yet, so. There's definitely glyphs up north. They're for an achievement that gives you a mount. They don't seem to have any powers tied to them. You have all the skywriting powers already. So there's definitely like a flight path up here, right? The field somewhere? Yeah, over here. Winter, thank you for the 2-month resub. Appreciate it. There we go. And then, yeah, we need to go north for the glyph. Maybe I should have let it recharge a little bit. But these are nice achievements because I can get them done once. My whole warband will have it done. And once I get this mount, I kind of want to turn off Arachnophobia filters so that I can ride around on the actual mount model because it's really cool. I like it a lot. I do have regular flying. This is true. I also have three charges of oops, I messed up. Extra vigor. Second wind. Does anybody miss their dragons? Or are we kind of exulting in non-dragon flying mounts still? We can get this glyph from somewhere over here. Happy no more dragon. Glad I could use my other mounts. Yeah, the dragons are a bit big. I missed my hippogriff. Oh, here's the glyph. Okay. Here, we'll land and get our vigor back and look for a different mount to rotate in. Maybe bug? Void bug. Love your YouTube raid and dungeon guides. Why, thank you. Got a new set of them coming out soon. TM. I really thought I was gonna get more vigor in the meantime. I like how smooth these things walk. I like how they have all these legs working together, but like your actual character is just like wiggling a little bit. It makes it like extra spooky. All right. I wonder how high up it is. If it's like all the way up there. Oh no, it's up here. Okay. Is there a flight path over here? There is. This is such a beautiful little area. I think I've only really come here in the dungeon, the indoor dungeon version. I hadn't poked around outside yet. Okay, nice little flight master. All right, we got another glyph over here. And then one over there too. Does indeed look a lot like parts of Borealis. Early still, what's your general impression of the War Within so far? It seems good. I don't know. I can't imagine what they would have had to have done for me to not say that, though. I know it's like a really generic thing to say. I like it. This is cool. I've adored the soundtrack. I'm looking forward to kind of finding my way around in the new zones. But I'm happy to spend an expansion here. I think I've got an expansion's worth of mysteries to uncover. Oh, there it is. Since you watched so much of the Olympics, are you planning on watching the Paralympics at all? I hadn't planned on it. And I don't know why. It sounds awful, but I had already kind of canceled my CBC Gem. And kind of rotated out of sports. I'm not even watching the sports documentaries anymore. I'm back on my reality TV kick. Leveling engineering's been fun. The new scrap mechanic with a bit of a jackpot's really cool. It's true. I had not planned watching as much of the Olympics as I did. What about you? You looking forward to it? Okay, so there is another flight path down there, another glyph over there, and get a couple of pet leveling stones. Yeah, maybe I'll make more of an effort early to really do like the zone treasures this time around, so that I feel like my map is a little cleaner when I'm just out and about living my life. Essence of Holy Fire. Oh, that's a profession. That's an enchanting thing. I think I tried to loot this and I couldn't figure out how. I thought that maybe it was like in there, in the actual light, or up on the crystal or something. But I couldn't find anything like lootable there. Hope you're doing well, Hazel and chat. Hello. Doing good, doing good. We're only just past the halfway mark. We go until noon tonight.
Greetings, outsider.
No, you cannot queue cross-faction for content like LFR and random dungeons. Okay. 2 more flight paths that I'm missing still. There's one. Really? Oh, there's another one. Gotcha. It's actually kind of cool to have an incentive to get all of the flight masters. Maybe I'll make use of those when I'm coming back through the zones to do all sorts of different things. So if I do all these side quests on different characters, am I still going to be looking at the exclamation marks on the map for this character for the rest of my life? Because I don't want I want them to go away. It can be in the cave. Oh. One way to find out. Yeah. I like a clean map. I would love to get it as clean as possible. That sounds like it's both a satisfying project and a good way to collect a lot of stuff. It's just to work on cleaning up the map. Hide it on map filters. Yeah, I guess that's true. Did all the side quests that I made. So you could map legend. Oh, that's just the legend. So you could map filters. Local. Yeah, you could turn off local stories if you wanted. On the level quest. Funnily enough, oh, there's the fishing derby. So if I turn off local stories, just for now, I guess. I can always turn it back on later. Hallowfall Fishing Derby. Hang on. If I hide them, I forget. And then miss out. I know I'm going to want to do them eventually for the Sojourner achievement. I feel like I'm afraid that if I hide them, I'm just going to like pick them up every time I walk by them later. Because you could always repeat it.
You like the city.
And there's a skywriting glyph over there. We're only 2 more glyphs away from finishing Glyph Hunter for this zone. This is one. Somewhere here. I don't actually know specifically where. It's, it must be, like, in the ship. Or underneath it or something. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Okay. I'm looking for the last glyph. It's called the Fangs. That should help me. I guess we can also get a coordinate from Wowhead. Hallowfall Glyph Hunter. Doing the flight path in the meantime. Copy map pin. Okay. There is handy notes for War Within. I thought I was gonna not use it for the first like 2 weeks just to kind of not overwhelm myself, but it turns out I like having it a lot. I feel motivated to go through and do as many of these treasures and stuff as possible. As a way to do mount special without typing the command, I've been typing it. If there is a way, you could make a macro if you wanted to have like a button on your bar or like a keybind or something. I bet you could totally make a macro for it. Didn't even make it 2 days. I really didn't. But it feels nice to have some things done. Like that one treasure where we had to go get the crabs with the crab wand and bring them back to the mountain. I feel good knowing that I did that one. We learned what was going on with it. We got it finished, and now it's like off the map. It's nice. So I had a map pin for the Fangs. It's right here. I wonder if I went close enough to it that my handy notes map marker actually disappeared, even though I didn't technically collect the glyph. I bet that's what happened. Were they crabs or spiders? Doing treasures for all zones. Now that you mention it, I thought they were really crabs, but now I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there it is. Here we go. Hallowfall, done for Glyph Hunter, and done for Flight Master. We just need Arachnophobia. I'm gonna actually sit myself up here. I'm gonna take a short break though. I will be right back. I thought that getting all cozy in my warm, big, my sweater today would keep me warm, but I'm actually kind of chilly. Also, kitty cat. Were you on camera at all? You're sitting like right in front of my chat window. I can't read it. There we go. Lurking kitty. Mysterious moving fuzz. Yeah. Oh, you can stay. We would both be warmer. It's a mutual proposition. She might want to leave. When she scratched her chin, her face was bottom right. Aww. Good job, baby. Okay, Arachnophobia time. Do I remember how to get there? That way. Getting to know the way through the zones. In general, how do you feel about exploration in games? WoW is a pretty big example. Like Stardew Valley. Could figure out what every villager likes by myself, or if I could just look it up. Don't feel I lost anything. For a lot of yeah, I tend to use cheat sheets. The only time that I won't is if it's a game where they don't really help you, like Valheim. I need a game to basically have like a randomly generated map in order for me to get that joy of exploration and of like actually looking around to find out where things are. Because if it is predetermined, I will just look it up. You could say I'm ruining my own fun, and you wouldn't be wrong. I got to 80. Congratulations. You have to go through specific holes to get to the zone you want, not open to go freely between. There are links between more of them than I thought, though. There we go. There's an Essence of Holy Fire. I haven't made it to the Ashlands. I honestly never really beat the Plains boss. Every time I play Valheim, I have the most fun in the first, like, 3 eras. And then I get kind of burnt out by the time I get to the Plains. So whenever I replay it, I usually end up doing basically the same thing repeatedly. Oh, hi, sweetie. Found the elevator from Dorne to the Ringing Deeps. There's also a path that takes you from the Ringing Deeps straight to Ashkahet. Like you can kind of go in between all three of these as well. I guess there's two paths from Hallowfall to Ashkahet. Yeah, I do the elevator portal to get from Dorne down to the Deeps. I find that I don't like. I'm okay getting around between them. I don't feel like I need to have a wormhole style teleport the way I felt like in Shadowlands. There's a portal in city to Aj 2. The elevator teleports you though. Like it doesn't actually like take you down to the elevator. Like there's a load screen. I want the glyph. I guess it's underneath here. Is it? Is it? Man, my mount hasn't even like... Well, I need basically all of the glyphs. This is Ruptured Lake. There's just so much verticality to here that I am like so not confident. There it is. There's so much verticality in this zone. Whoa. Oh no. Hang on. My bee's tired. Okay. Let's just let the bee recharge for a second. I have 1 level 80. I haven't started leveling any else yet. I figured I would keep my sanity a little better if I wasn't trying to figure out more than one character at once. It's at the bottom of the Emerald Dream. It's leaking. Okay, there we go. That one's done. So I need 3 Flight Masters and basically all of the glyphs. Let's kind of head this way first. See how lost we can get. Finally hit 80. Can chill out of my angler's raft. Finish leveling fishing. Nice. No, I haven't tried the spread light thing in Hallowfall. I didn't really understand it yet. Ooh, there's caches. Thread spun cache. I feel like these little treasures will come in handy. I'm using handy notes. I don't know most of what I'm looting, but it's gotta be for something. Since the weekly reward is turned off, just getting rip those stones for lighting the lamps. I wonder if I can win. This is Archon. It just makes your Halo happen a bunch of times and hurt more and stuff. I should probably read the Archon tree just in case there's anything else I'm missing. But from my understanding, it's pretty much a case of press Halo. You won't. So there's a glyph right over here somewhere. Sometimes they really hide them. And then sometimes it's just because it's like way up, like high above. Oh, yeah. No, that's not it. That's like a different thing. You can get like little bits of resonance crystals from flying through those guys. I got a transmog for those boots that I looted at least. There we go. All right. As a fellow priest, I can agree that that is exactly what it means. Yeah, you get skywriting after your first, like, 4 quests in Kazalgar. You get it very, very, very early. They only make you ground mount for, like, 10 minutes tops. 5 minutes. So then this one... Oh, they really wedged that in there. Okay, here we go. Another one down here. It makes it look like I've got the Flight Masters. I guess there's Flight Masters down here that I haven't got yet, like in the city. AK Glyphs were hard to find. They've really tucked them away into corners and stuff. Here's one. Okay. I continue to be delighted by the fact that I can zoom around on my regular flying mounts again. Such a great addition. I'm so excited to get new mounts. The Glyph mount will be the first new mount that I'm gonna get. As far as I know, haven't received anything else yet. So this will be big. Got the Glyph mount last evening. It's awesome. It'll be nice to just have a new mount to ride around while I'm doing my world quests and collecting my pets and stuff. There. Plus, I feel like I'm getting something done, like, for good, you know? I only have to do this once. once I've got them all, it's off the list. Fan of the new Rams, the Mosslick in particular. I know they can't fly, but still. Do you think they're gonna ever add, or, like, brainstorm a way for us to use our ground mounts more often? Like, come up with a content format where we are only using ground mounts, but we don't feel terribly punished for it? I know you can use them in dungeons and some raids, but maybe if they let us ground mount in more dungeons and raids, we'd be able to have a little more time with those mounts. Have you done any fishing lately? In-game or in real life? Oh, hey, there's rares. Because in-game... No, I haven't been fishing in-game yet. I want to. New jousting game to make ground mounts more useful. IRL. 2 weeks ago? Was it already 2 weeks ago? A week or two ago. I went out for one day. We went fishing, shore fishing in the ocean for rockfish and lingcod. I caught a ling, but it wasn't big enough to keep. Pretty fun though. No going back? Now they introduced skywriting. It's just so fun. Yeah. I am hurting. This rare really, really hurts. Oh. Oh, it reset. I mean, I don't think I was winning. I think I'm leaving is what I'm doing, but... A little disappointing. Lingcod, one of my favorites to fry up. Short season in NorCal, I get him though. I actually we haven't ever caught like a keeper length ling. So I don't know. I haven't ever filleted one before. I'm hoping it would be not too bad. I've filleted a few rockfish this season, and they have such like flared ribs that it's tricky getting a good cut off of them, even if they're pretty big. Big, thick flared ribs. Okay, there's the glyph I want. That's something. I'm a little bummed out about that rare. What if it had something good? One day we'll be powerful enough. We'll have to come back and train more. We need an anime montage. And there's a flight master over here. Somewhere. Maybe below here? Yeah.
Your name,
What's the mount you get for all these glyphs?
may your threads hold strong.
Here, let me turn off my filter. Because it does change it. Sorry, there's going to be some spoilers. Mount. Glyph hunter. Should take the puppy fishing. I haven't been taking him fishing because we fish off the shore off these really sharp, steep, slippery rocks. And I'm worried that he's either going to fall in or get himself stuck or slice up his paws. Like we're like on top of barnacles sometimes. It just seems like a really dangerous place for a dog. I know it's kind of dangerous for us too, but you know. Show Moose Wow with the crab filter off. Maybe you'll take an interest in it. Oh, maybe. Barnacles are jerks. I mean, I feel bad because they're just kind of minding their own barnacle business, and here I am trying to stand on them. I try not to break them if I can. Barnacles are actually edible, especially if they're big enough. I've not tried it, but supposedly it can be done. Watch your head, kitty cat. Oh, maybe underneath here. You want to come up? Here, watch your head. Let me scoop you. Oh, I got you. I got you. I just didn't want you to bonk your head on the desk, honey. I know. I like mussels. Good with garlic and butter. Nearly done. Sojourner of the Isle of Dorn. Very nice. You are chunking through it. Okay. Kitty baby. Wow. You warm enough today? I know it's gloomy. It's gloomy. Alright, flight path.
For all of us.
There we go. Castlegar Flight Master. We now have 25 increased flight path travel speed in Castlegar. Nice. And now we know we have them all, so that's something. 3 more glyphs. Here's one. 2's behind me, actually. Let's do that one first. That's why. Thank you. Feels good to have that one all polished up and out of the way. Not too bad to do alongside the glyph hunting as well. Whenever a treasure has like the special icon on it, it kind of frightens me. Kind of makes me think that I'm not allowed to just loot it. They ate last evening. Was excited to start the 80 campaign. Sad to find out we have to wait till Monday. Favorite zone? Mine's definitely Hallowfall. Mine might be Hallowfall too. Although I did get the fewest. I kind of rushed through it while leveling. I was in a hurry at that point in my life. Have you seen the Seus Bark mount? I don't know if I have. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Oh, I died. Oh. World Quest Constellation Flies. Right. Okay, so I failed to get that glyph. We could change our flight style. I think I might do that. Give me like a little extra time. Zones are all great looks-wise? Yeah. Isle of Doran reminds me of the Twilight Highlands, I think. Maybe just because of like the buildings, the dwarven settlements and stuff, kind of nestled into the sides of the mountains. Alright, time to very carefully figure out where it is that I'm going. It's probably up. When in doubt, the answer is usually that the glyphs are up. Gonna head there, finish the campaign. Nice. Yeah, it started at 78. 2 more glyphs. One's there in the mid. The other one I don't see in my map, which might mean that I did that thing again. The one that I see is the Silken Ward. So I need the Eye of Ansurek as well. And thankfully somebody has done coordinates. Yeah, I must have flown too close to the the handy notes marker, but just barely missed the glyph. Void Weaver's so fun. I'm excited for this mount. That's going to be my new mount for I don't even know how long. Tucked underneath, maybe? Yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay. There must be a safari achievement. That would be another good, like, exploration-y kind of one to get. That we've already got some progress on. Catching all the wild pets. Well, it's not above. Unless it's like really above. Oh, it's in the tower. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay. There we go. We did it. One Swarmite Sky Hunter. The model of this mount will change based on whether you have your Arachnophobia filter on. With the Arachnophobia filter, it becomes one of those like water bugs with the dangly legs. My first War Within mount. That favorite. This is for collecting all of the skywriting glyphs. Handy Notes is showing me the glyphs. The flight paths I think are just on the map by default, but Handy Notes is marking the skywriting glyphs. Oh, all right. Nice. 2 achievements. Done. Plus we did a good chunk of the world quests. Let's go back to Hallowfall for a minute. Don't think this guy should get crabbified. I can see how it's the mouth parts. And I really do think that mouth parts is the right way to describe it. It's the mouth parts that read as arachnid to me. The wings and the scorpion tail, reverse scorpion tail, maybe not so much. I don't have the chicken mount. I don't have the magic rooster. Do you know how you get portals as a mage? I do not know. Can't seem to find a portal trainer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Scorpions technically arachnids? Huh. Does the filter, I guess, follow-up question, apply to scorpions in the game? General. If we turn the mode on and we look at, so this is what the Sky Hunter looks like without the filter, or with the filter on, and we look at like a scorpion mount, because we have a few of those. It doesn't change scorpions. There's a magic rooster. It's an old TCG card. It's one of the more valuable TCG mounts. Tyrell. Yeah, I was just curious if the filter would go that far. Future Twitch drop. Maybe. That's one of those ones that's like quite rare though. Not saying they would. I mean, they're giving away the Ghastly Chargers, so who knows? Maybe one day they'll get through all of them. Yeah, let's go poke around at this fishing derby quest and see what they want. I hope they'll do the chicken. Very much doubt they'll do the tiger. Ian said the tiger was specifically off limits. It seems very arbitrary to me that would be the case. I mean, but I have one, so it's kind of no skin off my back. But yeah, there's no like clear internal logic as to which old TCG items are eligible to become Twitch drops and which ones aren't. Arachnophobia mode changes Crypt Lords, which are beetles, but not scorpions, which are arachnids. Yeah, seems Okay. Hello. Captain Oatmeal.
Step into the
Catch anything? Don't you have duties to attend to? I thought she was going to say that her duties were catching fish for people to eat. But she's like, no, I am taking time for myself is how I make sure I'm able to attend to my duties in the long term.
always be prepared.
Whoops.
Stay productive in the light, vigilant in the night.
Dad always spent Saturdays fishing. He'd say, take some time for yourself. Every Saturday, challenge people to the Hallowfall Fishing Derby. You have 1 hour to catch trophy fish. See what you can bring me. Catch these trophy fish before the Derby Dasher buff expires. Bismuth Bitterling, Whispering Stargazer, Regal Dottyback. I'm gonna, before I even pick up this quest, I'm going to look it up to see if there's any other information I need to know. We are in Hallowfall, just south of Merildar by the river here. Seems to be Saturday only. Don't take the quest if you're not going to do it then and there. If the buff runs out, you cannot get it back, even with abandoning and retaking the quest. Trophy perch comes from the Ringing Deeps. Angler Seeker. Hang on. Here, let's read this before we pick anything up. Only available on Saturdays. The event is active for 24 hours. She has a vendor for the Merildar Derby marks. Gives the quest. Gives you 25 Derby marks for your first completion on your warband that day. After accepting the quest, you get a 60-minute buff. You cannot refresh it or get a new one. You have exactly 1 hour to catch the trophy fish. And to finish other things we can achieve while we have the buff. The buff timer will not continue when logged out. But with the start of Sunday, everything will be gone. The trophy fish required to complete these quests are not special or rare. They're regular catches. But to get credit, you have to catch them with the buff active. Focus on getting the 3 required ones by fishing in the zones and pools mentioned in the following table. It's not urgent to turn in the quest. You have all of Saturday for that. So, the Bitterling is from the Isle of Dorn and the Ringing Deeps. Okay. So they're like regular fish. So she wants me to catch Bitterling, Stargazer, and Dottyback. The Dottyback are from Hallowfall Noshkahet, and the Stargazer, I'm glad I looked up where they're from because I was going to be confused, are from 3 zones except for Noshkahet. Tied to the Hallowfall Fishing Derby event, we have the Derby Dash achievement with the Ka Legend of the Deep reward. Something you can use the remaining time of your Derby Dash run when you got all the required trophy fish for your quest. Travel around, try to catch every fish once, turn in your Derby quest. At least once while the buff is active. One of the major reasons to do the fishing derby is to acquire the special currency required to purchase items. So we can check out our items. I want to check out this Ka Legend of the Deep. Oh, that's for Kahet. That's something else. Anyway. It's one of these guys. The Earthen quest lines seem to be you could do the different quest lines on each different alts as long as you do a complete quest line in one alt. Yeah, if you do one of the chains in an alt, it'll be fine, I think. As long as you've done one complete chain. Okay. For every unique fish caught with the Derby Dasher buff active, you also get a bonus mark. Up to 20 per week. The actual currency can only be acquired on Saturdays. There's a treasure that can be fished all the time, turned into currency. Don't use them immediately. You can put them in your warband bank. Okay. Hints and issues. Fishing derby quests are shared in the warband, but not happening for Derby Dasher. Okay. Before I pick up the quest, I do want to look at the vendor
Carry your torch, you light the city.
and see what kind of things they have. So, an ensemble. Cerulean Dredger. It's like a recolor of the dive suit we had in the trading post. How fishing level help? Can you do it at level 1? Nothing because you can get them from pools, I think you can do it fine at level 1. Dasher's trophy fish. Sell Stinkrot Smasher stocks. There is a Stinkrot Smasher lookalike. Is it a perfect lookalike? Hang on. Appearances. Main hand. Stink. Yeah, that looks pretty identical to me. And this is a very expensive island expedition transmog, so there appears to be an absolute dupe available. 250 Mirror Fisher trophies. Okay. There's a shield. There's the Fallen Dalaran Defender. We have a absolutely cracked hat. We have here. Hang on. Can we reset all this? Shoulder bag. My ponytail's kind of hiding it, but that's like a back piece. It's got like some mining picks and stuff in it. Save your delve key. If you're worried about item level, save your delve keys for when season 1 actually starts in September. Guess I fish now. Gonna need that hat. We've also got a rucksack. Looks similar to the Azerothian Archive ones, but in purple. Kenine binoculars. One-handed. Oh, I was gonna say they're not. Where are the binoculars? They're in your hand. That's cool. That's a one-handed mace appearance that looks like these binoculars. We also have Weaverline threads to give you profession stats while fishing. And there are some recipes. So we've got cooking recipe, cooking recipe, cooking recipe, cooking recipe. 4. Glyphs Delight. Gives you fishing skill. And 150 perception. Melted Candle Bar. Just for fun. Maybe achievements, who knows. Rock Slide Shake. Seems, again, just kind of for fun. And Pep in Your Step. Gives you 250 speed and water walking for 10 minutes. Ho ho ho. We also have a Hallowfall Harvester's Pitchfork. And a Soaked Journal Entry. A warband bound item that gives you 10 fishing skill up to a maximum of 300. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. I have to save for this. I like a lot of those things, but I have to save for this. I think I'm... Am I ready to go fishing? Let me get my fishing keybinds. Let me get a fishing transmog on. Are any of my outfits good for going fishing? Maybe the deck swab? Deck swab one?
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
Here's my fishing keybind. We'll stick it on our 2 button. Let's turn our sound effects up. And then I'm going to wowhead that table of where to find each of the fish. Do you have a fishing mog IRL? I tend to wear the same things. I tend to wear the same sorts of things. The main goal being, depending on the weather, sun protection or just straight up like warmth and dryness. All right, we got 1 hour on the clock. No, I don't have time. It's already 11:30. I want to start this when I have a full hour to fish. No, I have to do it. It's Saturday. It's only Saturday. We have to do it. We have to do it. Late lunch. Go! We're going. Catch a trophy. Bismuth Bitterling. These are from Isle of Dorn and the Ringing Deeps. Which of these 3 things are from Hallowfall? Stargazer. Can be caught in Hallowfall. Let's make sure we are finding fish. And let's go for a little flight and see if we can't find pools for these specific things. We could also open water fish, but I think pools is probably a good bet. Seems reasonable. What is this? Calm surfacing ripple. This is my first exposure to fishing at all. I did train it, I'm pretty sure. We stopped by the fishing trainer and we trained fishing. but I haven't done any Kazlagar fishing at all. We are looking for Whispering Stargazer pools. Maybe we should just be a... It's a glimmer pool. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to fish out of it. It is on, like the prawn that yawns at dawn. Have you ever said that on a boat? That's a rainbow fish. Are these all going to be rainbow fish? Oh, and I got a derby mark for catching that fish with this buff. But I do want to make sure I prioritize the quest, because that's going to be 25. So I'm getting different types of fish from this. Oh, Whispering Stargazer. In order to get this fish, you need to have the Whispering... Oh no, hang on. Isle of Dorn, I guess. So I got a Trophy Bismuth Bitterling. That's good. The Regal Dottyback. What a name. The Regal Dottyback is from Hallowfall and Arachnophobia. Okay. I don't know why I assumed that the pools would be named after the fish that spawn in them. Like they used to be. This is just blood. This is just blood! Who bled here? Fess up. You need medical attention. Alright, I apparently have a lot to learn about fishing in this expansion. Also, not me using a default fishing rod, that's embarrassing. There's so many different types of fish. That was my strawberry juice. I thought I was going to dish up green smoothie for myself today, but I forgot. Oh, the pool's over. We'll do an open water cast. Okay. Fishing is really deep now. So there's also the derby achievement for catching each fish once. I'm prioritizing pools here. No! That one's empty. I had just used a bunch of vigor too. Fish faster! Alright, we found some more blood. I cannot just get distracted by any other, any rares, any treasures. They don't matter. I think there's certain types of fish that can come from certain types of pools. So I may be wasting my time a little bit. We do have a whole hour. Although I say that like it's not going to go like nothing. There isn't even any comments on the Wowhead page for Regal Dottyback fish. I wonder if everybody's fishing for the same ones. We got a cursed ghoulfish. A rare fish native to Kazlagar. Hallowfall and Arachnophobia. All right, we'll keep looking. I was getting, when I was fishing open water, I was getting trash. So I feel like pools are kind of the move for me with my skill. Toss it back in, it won't let you catch anything else. Look at the debuff. Ghoulfish curse. Oh. Curses any angler unfortunate enough to reel this in. Throw it back into the water, cleansing it and gaining 15 perception. Okay. Well, at least it was the last fish I caught in that pool. Alright, well now it gives us 15 minutes of wariness. This is called a calm surfacing ripple. They're not named after a fish in this zone as far as I can see. We read a Wowhead comment with some details. There's a bloody purge. I am getting new fish at least. We got the bismuth bitterling basically by accident. There's a nibbling minnow. Alright, I've got another thing. Stargazer swarm. Along the coasts. Dotty back. Royal ripples, okay. And if you have a low fishing skill, then you are in trouble. So hopefully, all right. We're looking for royal ripples or glimmer pool. Or no, not glimmer pools. Royal ripples or stargazer swarms. We'll check the coast. We might need to check the Isle of Dorn coast instead. There might be better spots there. There might be more coast going on. This looks coasty. Glimmerpool. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if I'm going to have the fishing skill for the dotty back. I didn't think it was going to matter, but now I'm a bit worried. This is kind of a fun event. I'm glad you can do it whenever you want during the day. You don't have to wait for it to start. Meow. Hello. I have a kitty cat on my lap. There's another bitterling. Oh no, hang on. The glimmer pool is for the fish that I already have. I need stargazer swarms, which are apparently found abundantly. Apparently they're not hard to find. That fish cannot get me this time. Let's say another glimmer pool. Stargazer swarms and royal ripples. Those are all we're interested in right now. I think it's cool that the pools aren't necessarily named right after the fish. Or it'll be really cool once I kind of get the hang of it. I'm kind of wanting to do the stargazer swarm first. If I can find one, because that'll get my fishing skill up a little bit to maybe give me a better chance with the royal ripples. It's an angler seeker torrent, which I just don't think I've fished from yet. Might give me a couple marks. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hearth up to Dorn. We're only 9 minutes in. We're doing okay. Is that the map from War Within? It's my first one. It's the one you get from doing all the glyphs. If you get all the glyphs, you get that mount for Glyph Hunter. There's so many types of fish. Alright, those are just angler seekers. We're getting out of there. Let's go up to Dorn. Royal Ripples, Siegehold, and Weaver's Lair. Yeah, my game's been really stable. I think I've been lucky. All right, let's get to the coast. I'm such a baby fisher person in this expansion. All of that work with the Tuskar is not doing me any good right now. Stargazer swarms. At least we'll have some extra fish to cook. There's one. Okay. Is that it? No, that was a spiked sea raven. Something else. There we go. Alright, I need to go start looking for the... just to do the ripple thing. I think it's going to be hard. I think we're going to catch a lot of ghost fish, because I only have fishing skill like 24, maybe 25. I don't even think I have a good fishing rod. Check mail. Okay, okay, okay. Didn't know how the derby worked. Lost out in the weekly. Yeah, it seems quite punishing at first. No, to have a better rank next time. Oh, thank you. Flavia made me a fishing rod. I don't have a key button anymore for my professions, and it frightens me a bit. Oh, it's a nice one too. 238 perception and 8 fishing skill. That'll help. So there's a portal to Ajkahet somewhere, right? What a homie. Because I don't remember where it is. I know I deleted that. It's in the Fisher. Okay. Fisher. I didn't know where that was, but I found the words on the map, so we're doing okay. Promising? Oh. All right. Pray for my fishing skill. This is going to be hard. Where even do you... Oh, I guess there's rivers. All right. I think skill is going to be a problem. I'm tempted to fish from pools that are not just the Royal Ripples, just so I can get my fishing skill up a bit for the Royal Ripples. But you need fishing skill like... Actually, I don't know what you need, but you can get up to like, what, 300? Something crazy like that? Like, it's a lot higher than it was. Yeah, there's a cap of 300 for fishing skill. So my 25 doesn't feel like it's going to go very far. I don't know if perception helps. It might. I have a lot of that. Alright, we found an infused ichor spill. It's not what we're looking for, but we'll fish it. I wonder if I should have ground out fishing skill for a while before starting. Oh no, gillfish. Chuck it back. At least you can throw them in. If it debuffed you for 15 minutes, that would have been scary. This isn't even the right pool. Got a quiet river bass. How many derby marks are we at? Those are a warband transferable currency. What's our currency page look like? We've got crests. Kej. I've got 12 derby marks. Residual memories from the pre-patch event, of course. I've got 1 coffer key. I think I could probably get more this week. I'm going to save those. A couple of Valor Stones and then some more crests. I haven't learned the new progression of like Whelp, Drake, Worm, and Aspect were very easy for me to understand. I haven't really come to grips with what the new rankings are. Oh, a Royal Ripple. Okay, so we could get lucky. We could get lucky. This could be it. I'm a little skeptical, but we'll see. You know what I should have done is I should have bought some of that fishing food. Oh, I bet it's crazy expensive actually because the recipe's on the vendor and this is like the first fishing derby. Should I spend some of my currency to get the recipe? Oh, we did it. We're done. We did it. We can turn this in. Supposedly you can turn this in whenever you want. In the day, you don't need the buff to turn it in anymore, I think. Alright, that wasn't that hard. I had fishing skill 31 that I got during, like, in the last, like, 15 minutes, so you don't need to stress too much about your skill before the derby. Yeah. Not based on your skill. Wowhead was telling me that if my skill sucks, I might get those ghoulfish more often. Instead of, like, in place of one of the rare fish. Alright. I wonder how many of the different fish I have. I guess I could look. For the sake of the Derby Dash achievement. Oh, there's only so many that I actually need from here still. It might be worth trying to finish this within the one hour. I've got 43 minutes left to catch another 6 fish. A Dornish pike could come from... We just got the trout. Dornish pike come from calm surfacing ripples. The pale husk fish come from infused ichor spills and festering rot pools. Okay. The coelacanth, awoken coelacanth. Unknown. But it is in this zone. The sanguine dogfish. Bloody perch swarms in blood in the water. And then dilly dally dace. Surfacing ripples, blood in the water, and rot pools. So I'm done with glimmer pools. There's no reason for me to be fishing from this one specifically. Animal Crossing fish. I mean, Animal Crossing fish are all real fish. But yeah, there's a lot of... Okay, ichor spill. There was a few things from this one. The pale husk fish could come from here. Aw, man. Oh, no. Goldfish. I think glimmer pools specifically we don't need. The surfacing ripples we could use. If you don't eat the goldfish, you cannot catch anything but a goldfish. So you have to eat them if you want to catch other stuff. Because otherwise you're cursed. So this could be dilly dally days. What happens if you delete it? I don't know. But throwing it gives you a perception buff. You get 15 perception for 10 minutes. which seems reasonable. There's the Dornish pike. If you did the side quest in your alts, if you get the rep from them again. Rep should be once per quest. Per warband. Wasn't happening for me. Shoot fish fine. Yeah, maybe it's not working as advertised. Baker's spell. I want to get this list small enough that I can really memorize the pools that I'm still looking for. Oh, there we go. Pale huskfish done. Nice. 3 more. Sanguine dogfish. There's a glimmer pool. Yeah. Perch swarms in blood in the water. From lots of places. I should probably leave here. The awakened coelacanth was a mystery. And the Dilly Dally Days should be pretty easy. Both of those can actually be done from the Isle of Dorn, so maybe we should go back up. Surfacing ripples, blood in the water, or rot pools. Finding journal entries that award 10 skill from junk piles. Surfacing ripples, blood in the water, rot pools. We can follow the river kind of around to the north. We have 38 minutes left on our derby buff. I don't know why I'm so tense. It just seems so exciting that you could maybe finish this in one week and get them out. Because you know you won't be able to get another chance at it after your hour until next week. I don't know about the coelacanth though. I'm trying to get the other 2 first. Comments for item is currently unobtainable on beta. Might need skill for that one. Pulled one from open water with relatively low skill. When you're out of dishes, but the dishwasher isn't full, do you run the dishwasher or take one dish out? I don't have a dishwasher. I haven't had a dishwasher for years. One of my bucket list items is to once again live in a home that has a dishwasher. Oh, there's a ripple anyway. Maybe we can get everything but the coelacanth. Yeah, I would probably run it. But even when I had a dishwasher, if I had a plate that just had like 6 crumbs from some crackers or something on it, I would just hand wash it. It takes like 6 seconds. Luckily I have laundry in unit, and that's another thing that some of the places that I've been looking at have like a shared laundry room, and it's spoiled of me, but that's a hard pass. If I can at all afford to live somewhere that has in-unit laundry. I've lived with shared laundry before, and I hate it. I do not want to be around strangers when I am washing anything. But particularly not my delicates. Never had a dishwasher in any of my apartments, don't mind. Yeah, it would be different, I think, and harder to live with if it was kind of like a family situation where there's like just lots of dishes being made all the time. But for 1 or 2 people, you can kind of get away without it. In-suite laundry is the goal for me for my next place. NYC almost never has in-unit laundry. I'm sure I would get used to it, especially if I felt like nobody had it. Here, it seems like it's kind of hit and miss. Like, a lot of places do have in-suite, but there are a fair number of older buildings that don't. So it's kind of not like a given. So this is back in the ringing deeps. I might just take the elevator. We need surfacing ripples, blood in the water, or rot pools. I think if I get these other fish, I will
clear out those garden and recover what you can.
if I get the other fish, I'm gonna go back to Ashgahet and basically just grind. Basically just grind open water or like any pools. Live alone, don't create all that much. Yeah. I also only have 4 of each dish at most. If anything's broken, it's less than that. So it's kind of nice because it means that I cannot accumulate a huge pile of dishes because there's literally not enough dishes to do that. Like, you would run out of dishes extremely quickly. So it kind of creates this incentive to, after every meal, they get done. I can't talk all high and mighty like I'm doing them all the time. My partner washes the majority of the dishes. He's really good. I lean on him for that. Yeah, they made it 300 fishing. So these are glimmer pools. I'm looking for... Ooh, raw pool. Bloody perch swarm, blood in the water. Dilly Dilly Day should be easy. Festering rot pool, surfacing ripples. See, do you have a dishwasher? He always makes that joke. He's not wrong. He's like, you have a dishwasher. It's me. If you want to get a dishwasher here, you go buy one, install it in the kitchen. What if you're renting or your kitchen doesn't have like a water hookup for it? Personal guild bank? You mean my war bank or like an actual guild bank? There's the Dilly Dilly Day stun. Debuff, Hazel. Yeah, I did catch another fish though. Somebody's like, people are right. Like, it doesn't seem like it matters. You attach them to a faucet? Oh yeah, the portable countertop ones. That's true. You hook up to the sink. But then you can't use the sink without unhooking it up. What if you want to wash your hands? What if you want to fill up the Brita filter? Like... Do you just de-hook it up every single time? You have other sinks. There's a bathroom sink. This place has the kitchen sink. And then there's like the shallow bathroom sink that you could not fit. You'd have to like take a bowl of water and then pour it into the Brita filter. Like you want to fill up the dog water? Like, yeah, I don't know. It seems like that would be a lot of hooking up and unhooking up a dishwasher. It's easier just to wash the dishes. I have another goldfish. Alright, we need sanguine dogfish. Sanguine dogfish come from bloody perch swarms and blood in the water in lots of zones. So we can just do a lap here. No, Ally and Horde cannot queue together for random dungeons. You can get some plumbing done for a small amount of money. Maybe, but I would be shocked if that was generally available to like a rental apartment here. I would be really shocked. Stargazer swarm. That's not what we're after. We're after bloody perch swarms and blood in the water. It's a glimmer pool. Stargazer swarm. Glimmer pool. I wonder if some of them are going to be in water. The microwave discussion all over again. Yeah. Do you guys have your favorite places to find bloody perch swarms or blood in the water? I'm seeing other types of pools here. Hallowfall. Wow, it is list. It does, but like it's not very specific yet. I have the Wowhead page open. It just says the general zones. It seems that sometimes they have more specific concentrations around certain areas. Know someone who had to take her dishwasher out when she tried to sneak it in. Apartment wasn't fitted for it. Landlord found it. Oh, bloody perch swarm. Found one. Yeah. Yeah, if I owned like a home, or maybe even a condo, depending on how hard it would be for the building to deal with it. I don't know what it's like if you're in like a shared like strata condo. But if I owned like a house and it wasn't plumbed for it, and I had a really good reason to buy that house instead of a house that already had the plumbing hooked up, I could see looking into this, seeing how much money it's going to be to get that plumbing set up for it and install it. But like, it's easier just to try to find a place that has at least the hookup for it already. I don't even need it to be a full-size dishwasher. I would be totally fine with like the little baby ones. No luck from that. What are you trying to get? I'm looking for a sanguine dogfish. I think blood in the water is probably going to be the best way to do it. There's another perch swarm though. We can try that. We're having some luck with inland Isle of Dorn. Something to do with pipe fittings. Yeah. I'm fishing for the derby. I've got my derby quest turn-ins. So now I've got 28 minutes left of the Derby Dasher buff, and I'm trying to get the Derby Dash achievement, or at least as much of it as I can. I think the Awoken Coelacanth is going to be a bit of a hard wall for me. But for now, we're trying to get the Sanguine Dogfish. I think 3 to 5 hours a day is plenty of time to play World of Warcraft. That's more time than I play, and this is kind of my gig. That is so much time. That is not enough time. Oh, I got a soaked journal entry. That's kind of nice. So my bloody perch schools have been giving me exclusively bloody perch. I feel like I want to go back to fishing the blood in the water. Is there a shortcut to Hallowfall from up here? The ideal would be 30 to 50 hours a day. Portal to Ajkahet and then go to Hallowfall. Is there a portal to Hallowfall and Ajkahet, or do you have to fly up the stairs? Because I find I've run out of vigor doing that. I might fly down the core way. Fly up, yeah. I usually have to take a breather trying to go up there. Where is the core way anyway? Is there a big hole in here somewhere? This way. There's a wind stream. I haven't found it yet. Catch the wind tunnel. I'll have to try that next time. I'm gonna do this for now. I never take this path down because the elevator is faster, but this is so pretty. And then the gate's like pretty much right around the corner here. There's an elevator. You repair it during a quest line in the Ringing Deeps. It just goes from the Ringing Deeps up to Dorne. It's just like a little portal situation. So the blood in the water, I definitely had found some... I don't remember if it was all coastal or if it was inland. I feel like you get different pools rivers versus ocean, but I'm not like 100% on that. Started the fishing derby without knowing about the buff. Can you fish the trophy fish anywhere? So there's specific pools that have specific drop tables for the fish. I've been kind of figuring it out as I go along here. This is the page I'm using to kind of check it out. Oh, hang on. What kind of pool was that? That was a blood in the water. Okay, I need that. Seems like a good place for a sanguine dogfish. Cool fish. My headphones died, so I'm gonna have to make do without any. Oh, why can't I click on it? Maybe I'll be able to interact key when it goes off. I don't have any sound. Fishing without sound sucks. You guys don't have any sound either. It actually disconnected completely. That's unusual. How high should you get your fishing before doing the event? Up to you. As much as you reasonably have time for, I guess, if you want to try and get the achievement all in one go. There's also items and profession equipment that can improve your Kazalgar fishing skill. There's food. I don't know how available it is yet, though. But also, this is like just the first Saturday of the whole expansion. There's gonna be more time. 300 it is. Yeah, I think the implication is that you'll catch fewer ghost fish. With a better skill. We don't have hard numbers though. I don't think I'm gonna finish this achievement. I'll do my best. The coelacanth seems to be a potential sticking point. People are saying perception will help too. Cool fish delight. Yeah, the event can only be done on Saturday, and it can be done once per account.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Alright, no one's selling the delight.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
Yeah, the event is the Hallowfall Fishing Derby. I believe we can also turn in our quest. We don't need to worry about that. We can kind of turn it in whenever we want. There's a royal ripple. But we've got that fish already. We're looking for blood. True state files helping? I at least have a really good fishing rod. It's nice. Oh, there's more blood. There's a whole achievement. Yeah. I'm having a hard time getting the sanguine dogfish, actually. I don't even think it's supposed to be rare. Getting a bunch of slum sharks. I've got 20 minutes left to try and catch these last two. I do have 17 blood purchase. So that gave me... Did it give me a buff? How does it work? I didn't get a buff. Throw the fish back in the water, gain a stack of bloody chum. Moving removes it. Oh, okay. Do I want to combine it with a pool? Or do I want to just kind of go for it? I guess we have a bunch of them. Okay. That is so dirty. Okay, yeah, no, that's still gray items. So we could stack them up as well.
For the Empire.
Alright, let's see if we can find a pool. Hallowfall definitely seems to be the zone for this. Increases your odds by 10%. Okay, so if I find a pool and I do a bunch of them. Seems reasonable. No, I didn't know about it either. We're learning. I'm seeing a bunch more royal ripples now. Now that I don't need them, I'm finding them all over the place. There's blood. Okay, so we be very careful. Don't move. I'm not going to use them all. Oh no. Hang on. That last one was good. Try that. I messed up. I don't even have the right cursor. I'm gonna hope my interact key does it. Okay, it does. Goldfish. That last one was better. This is so stressful. Just trying not to accidentally move your character even a little bit. Yes! Okay, we got our sanguine dogfish. All we need is one awoken coelacanth. So there is, hang on, I only have 16 minutes. This thing is saying you toss 10 Whispering Stargazer into Ashkahet. Any water spot works. You get a stacking buff. Do your best. So yeah, 10 of these Stargazers. And we might need skill, so we could try our best and have it not pan out. But we will try. I should have fished up more Stargazers early. We just didn't know all the details at first. We'll be better prepared next week. Short treasure. No, I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. It's not time. We're on a time budget here. All right. Because I need another 8 Stargazers. Who knew War Within had extreme fishing? So I wonder if some of those fish are required for feasts, if like doing things like the buff are going to be important for like gold making from fishing, because it seems to take a little bit of know-how to get certain fish as opposed to just kind of any pool or open water fishing kind of thing. Not a lot of know-how, but you know, something. Okay, we have 5. We need 5 more awakened stargazers. So we need stargazer swarms. This seems to be a good place for them. Wondering why my fish were selling so well. There's one. I wonder if it's technically an in-water thing. I don't think I'm going to have the skill, but we can try. It would be really cool if it dropped. I'll try and line myself up. Oh no, it's going to be open water next time, actually. I wonder if it's better out of a pool, though. Like, the sanguine perch thing seemed to work good out of the blood pool. So I wonder if there's a world in which you get the coelacanth from, I don't know, a ripple or something? Maybe there's more info that we're going to kind of discover over time. People do say they pulled from open water. And one person said they didn't even talk about other buffs, so they didn't even do the stargazer thing. Or if they did, they didn't mention it. The water is perfect. This pool spawned in a really shallow area, but it has the fish that I need. We have 8 of 10 stargazers. Oh, we could probably buy them. I'm not an idiot, but I just had a moment.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old. If you find anything exotic, bring it.
We're gonna pick up our mail. We're gonna port to Ajkahet from the fisher. We're gonna find a spot. We're gonna chuck 10 stargazers in the water, and we're gonna fish for 12 minutes or however long we have left. Mail picked up. Aw. Fisher. Don't move. Does the moving, I mean, I'll try not to, but does the moving also matter for this one, or is that just the sanguine? I haven't tried this one yet. Because the other one had text on it about, like, losing the scent. I guess this is as good a spot as any. Alright, we've got 10 stacks. And now we have 5 minutes. An awoken coelacanth is near. Maybe. I wonder if I should have bought more of them. We could, if this 5 minutes is up, we can actually buy more stargazers. I could get like another 6 and then just drop a mailbox and do it that way. There is flying right away in the War Within. It's skyriding by default. Once you've explored all the zones, you get Pathfinder, and then you can toggle on standard flying if you prefer that. I'm so invested. I can't take my eyes off it. This is going to be 5 minutes of the most focused fishing you've ever seen. I'm not okay. I think my skill's way too low, but like, what if it's not? What if we get lucky? Somebody said they failed it. like 98. Somebody said they pulled it with relatively low skill of 315, which is 15 past cap. So the golden gill trout that we did earlier, I guess just when you fish it up, you get a perception buff. Once per account, one time on a Saturday, every week. So once per account per week. You can start at any time on Saturday that you like, but once you've started it, you've got 1 hour of in-game time. You can log out to pause it, but once Saturday ends, it's over. You start it at the Hallowfall Fishing Derby quest in Hallowfall. It's south of Merildar. Read up on it as best as you can. I know the resources are a little skimpy right now, but read up as best as you can before you start, because once you start, you have this 1 hour timer. Doing the weekly quest is not too hard. That just needs you to get 3 specific fish. But this Derby Dash achievement that rewards a mount wants you to fish up all of them, and you can only work on the Derby Dash achievement while you have the buff. So if you're interested in trying to get that on your first week, worth reading before you start, because you don't want to be messing around too much on during your hour. Fishing Journal recommends like 375. Yeah, I think I'm hooped, but all I can do is hope. Yeah, there were rumors of like workarounds. Cheese. I'm just gonna do it honestly. Mount is one of those big fish. Big fish. I think that cursed ghoul food is going to be really valuable for a little while, especially on Saturdays. I might spend early Derby marks to get the recipe. Next week we'll be ready. $15. So I could buy more fish to chuck them in here to get another 5 minutes. I think I will do that. I don't think it's going to work, but I think it's worth a try. I've got 6 minutes left in my derby buff. Okay, I think that one's out of luck. So, Awoken Stargazer, or Whispering Stargazer, which, by the way, pretty easy to fish up. There's pools of them, like in Dorne, and they're valuable right now because of this. So if you wanted to make some fishing gold, people like me are snapping them up. I moved a little bit after tossing the first one, and I didn't lose my buff. I'm not confident enough to try moving, but I think that the moving thing is just for the Bloody Perch and does not apply to the Stargazer. So you get 10 stacks, turns into Whispers of the Deep, and you try your luck. Reasonable Augment Rune still works, and that's consistent with how they've treated Augment Runes over the past couple of expansions. Well, actually, not all of them. Sometimes they do turn it off. But the expectation is just that it's not going to be as many stats. It's going to get outmoded by new Augment Runes. But if you're too cheap like me to buy new ones, then you may as well keep carrying it around. Dottybacks were from, I think, the Royal Ripples. And there are royal ripples that you can find in Hallowfall. Also Ashka Head. Couldn't find a royal ripple, failed the quest. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely tense. I'm glad I got my quest done at least. I don't think the achievement's happening, but maybe next week. We've got everything else crossed off the list. We're at 44 derby marks. AK. I saw a bunch of them in Hallowfall. That scared me. I thought I got it. But yeah, after we fish out the rest of this buff, I'm gonna go look at the vendor again, and also think about wrapping up stream for the day. A little couple minutes over. I just we had to do the fishing tournament. We had to. I feel like I know a little bit more about it now. Dilly Dally and Awakened next week for sure. I'm gonna be ready with the fishing skill next week. Whatever it takes. This is my new gold making. I'm a woman of the sea. I'm a gnome of the sea. The old gnome in the sea, that's me. I think that's the name of the achievement that you get after you fish out of your first pool. Oh man. Love that book. Are these gray items worth anything? Actually, not bad. 50 silver here, 60 silver there. A rock buddy. Unique best friend, bracket 1. Hat transmog from transmog vendors for trial of style coins. They have a couple of different beanies. They're really cute. Like, when I say transmog vendors, I mean the transmogrifier NPCs have vendor goods. That's kind of an ambiguous sentence. What an hour. What a trip. There's always next week. I need to set a reminder in my calendar. Will you guys remind me if I'm streaming next? I mean, I will be streaming next Saturday, but like a week today, if you're here, you'd be like, Hazel, Derby. You've got a big fish to catch. I wonder how long it takes to get 300 fishing skill. We'll remind you at 11:50. It got so chilly and gloomy. So fast. I'm not ready for summer to be over. Sometimes the gloomy weather makes me feel blue. I won't have to start over again, no. Alright. That's it. That was our chance. Let's go back to the vendor and do a little shopping. Also, what do they mean by best rock friend? Here's an angry rock that you can toss back in the water. That was a toy that Flabby sent me. Rock buddy! It uses the artifact weapon pose. Also, that is quite the rock. It's lumpy. The mount is Ka, Legend of the Deep. I couldn't find it in my mount journal. I don't know why. So I wanted to go up to Hallowfall. We're saying this way. Fished up a right boot and a left boot, one after the other. Tired of 5 weeks, 90 to 105 Fahrenheit. Oh, yeah, that is toasty. Maybe I need to get into spooky season. I love sweaters. I can't just fix all of my bad moods with shopping. That's not a healthy habit. Didn't get early access. Still love the game. It'll be here on Monday. It'll be awesome. I don't normally stream on Mondays, but I'll do an extra one then. Maybe I'll start leveling it all on Monday. So I'm leveling along at the same time. That might be kind of fun. It might be disheartening to be starting on Monday and then you're watching a stream and they're like, I don't know, poking around doing dungeons at level 80. Sounds like a healthy hobby to me. Just all the adorable sweaters. IRL transmog. Apple cider, pumpkin, chilly air. I love fall. My donkey likes fall a lot. He likes it when it rains a lot and there's puddles that get bubbles in them when the raindrops fall into them because he likes to pop the bubbles with his snout. And he likes chasing leaves, dry leaves that like the wind blows around. He likes to chase those. Sometimes into the street. You gotta be kind of careful. Watch out when there's cars coming. Cold weather makes me think of tacos, the beach, and airplanes. Oh, ready for consistently cooler weather. I get so cold sitting at my desk is what gets me sometimes. Like, it's just, maybe I just need like every hour on stream we like get up and do a, I don't know, something, bunch of jumping jacks together. Because my extremities get really cold. I have hand warmers. They don't do a whole lot. They just kind of toast up one part of your hands. My feet also freeze. I have electric heating pads. I have hot water bottles. I drink tea. I have sweaters and socks and layers and like I'm just perpetually chilly. I've been trying my whole life. Oh hey, I got a ring. 554, not an upgrade. One WoW streamer walks in a treadmill while he streams. Yeah, it's a good idea. I've seen those Underdust treadmills. I just want to go talk to the NPC and look at maybe spending some of my derby marks. I'm interested in that ghoulfish recipe. I think it might have some value today. And just to me for next week as well. Don't mind me. So if you are ready to start the fishing derby and you want to know where it starts, this is kind of the area. It's just south of the town of Merildar here where the river forks. Captain Oatmeal here has your rewards as well as the weekly quest. So 10 for this ghoulfish delight. We're gonna get that. And then I'm gonna save the rest of my marks for some other time.
May the shadows pass you by.
Fishing progress from that goes pretty fast. Down to 5 fish left. Yeah, I'm just 1 left, but I didn't quite have the skill to get it, and I ran out of time. So I need cooking 35 for that. So that's going to be kind of a project for me. Maybe tomorrow on stream. Today's only Saturday, so we got 1 more stream this week. Unless we take tomorrow off, because we're definitely going to stream for a while on Monday. Because we're going to stream Monday and probably Tuesday as well. And I would love to get a little ahead in raid guides. Yeah, I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to cancel tomorrow. We're going to skip tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be nice out. I think it's going to be raining, but I think it would be good for me to sleep in and then do like a raid guide day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back on Monday in the afternoon, and then Tuesday stream will start in the morning. We're gonna do some extra streams for drops, and of course support a streamer that starts next week. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.